Good Friday evening, football fans, live from Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids. Central Lion George Little Rock football is on the air. Tonight it is homecoming night for the Lion football team hosting the Braves of Cherokee in District 1 Class 2A football action. Alongside Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly, welcoming you into our broadcast tonight here on the Lions Broadcasting Network. And Joel, not only homecoming tonight for these Lions, but a number of other things. It is the season finale here at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids. This is the final home game of the season for the Lions here tonight. So it will be senior night, and the middle school teams will be honored at halftime, and a bunch of events. Hall of Fame night, you name it, it's all going on here tonight at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids.
Yeah, it's a really busy time here at Central Lion. It's been a great week all week long. Well, minus the rain all week. But other than that, it's been a fantastic week. There's been a lot of events going on. Coronation going on Wednesday. We've had some volleyball games throughout the week as well, finishing up here tonight with the football game. And like I said, homecoming plus senior night, your final game on the field. If you are those seniors, it's your final game at Dick Null Field for your career at Central Lion George Little Rock. And that always brings a lot of emotion in there, too. So there's going to be lots of distractions out there, lots of things that are going to be going through these guys' heads. But the main thing in mind is they got to stay focused and they got to be ready to play.
And, boy, I tell you what, if you can't get ready playing in front of these three Hall of Famers that we are going to honor at halftime here tonight, football might not be for you if you can't be ready to play in front of these guys.
Yeah, the other night at Coronation, two of the three were able to make it, and they're, like I said, all three of these guys were just outstanding football players for Central Lion George Little Rock throughout their careers, and all the other things that they're involved in as well. But they came out, and obviously you want to put on a show for these guys. You should hopefully have a good crowd. The rain has stopped, which is great. We've gotten a bunch of rain throughout the day, but for right now the rain has stopped. Obviously with senior night, you're going to add some people here. With homecoming, you add a few people here, so hopefully we get a nice big crowd, even though the weather isn't the most sure thing in the world. But, you got your chance to go out there and perform. Now it's just put it on your shoulder pads and got to make sure you do.
Well, as you mentioned, Joel, the rain has stopped, so we are dry for the time being, and looks to be pretty good on the radar picture for the next few hours at least. But the field conditions are going to be a factor tonight, as you could tell from the rain we've had this week. The field already chewed up after warm-ups here.
Yeah, the field has really taken a beating. We had some rain last week, obviously. Throughout the week where the JV teams and the middle school teams had to play on the field. And then earlier in this week, we've had 4 to 5 inches of rain all week long. And on Monday, we had a freshman and JV football game out here against Sheldon. And we had a middle school game on Tuesday on this field. So this field has really taken some wear and tear with the weather and the amount of football being played on it as of late. And we'll see if that comes into play here as the game progresses.
Well, the Lions hosting Cherokee for homecoming here 2017 tonight at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids. Lions coming in with a record of 2-4 on the season, 2-2 in District 1 play. Cherokee had 1-3 in the district and 1-5 overall on the season. Coming up on the pregame show, we will get together with head coach Curtis Eben in just a bit. Also, Travis Skipper, the head coach of the Cherokee Braves, will be joining us momentarily on the pregame show as well, as we count down to kickoff live here at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids, about 20 minutes away from the opening boot on homecoming night and senior night. Stay tuned. We'll have more coming up on the pregame show from Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids. You're listening to Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank proudly brings you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's an easy way to earn cash. No talent necessary. It's like a participation trophy that's actually worth something. You do everyday things, we reward you in cash each month. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Frontier Bank.
Hi, this is Dave DeNoble. It is a proven fact that as Americans, we're spending more time at work in order to make a living and less time with what we cherish most, our relationships with God, family, and friends. The staff at DeNoble & Company PC, Certified Public Accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, is dedicated to working alongside you to accomplish all your business and personal financial needs. By partnering with DeNoble & Company PC, you can spend more time with family, friends, and at church, making the memories that are priceless.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Here at Central Lyon, we offer equal opportunities in a fun learning environment.
Students K through 12 participate in a wide variety of activities in and out of the classroom.
Teachers here at Central Lyon go the extra mile to help students achieve their academic goals.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
And we welcome you back to the pregame show. It's time to talk Cherokee Braves football with the head coach of the Braves, Travis Shipper. Coach, thanks for joining us.
And thanks for having me.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about your football team. Cherokee coming into the season, kind of an up and down season. Your team has been in a lot of the games, but maybe not the record that you were hoping for at this point in the season. Tell us a little bit about your season so far.
Yeah, like you said, we've been in a few games, and there's a couple of games that we haven't been in at all from the beginning. We're a young team, and so we kind of knew there would be some growing pains. You know, I think if we were a little bit more mature, a couple of those close games maybe we could have pulled out, but that's part of having a young team too. It's just, it's been, when we face those older, kind of more mature teams, more talented teams, I guess, we've struggled, and when we've had teams that are more our speed, our kids have kind of stepped up and done a nice job. We're just trying to learn how to win some of those close games yet.
Well, and like you said, you have a young football team, and sometimes, like you said, winning those games is the things that the young kids need to learn, and especially when you're making those adjustments mid-season, changing guys in key positions and all that, and trying to get them into that mentality.
Yeah, absolutely. And our kids have been a good group of kids that they've been willing to do this, but it's still, like you said, a maturity level of trying to learn how to do that and accept some different responsibilities at times, and when they've maybe played a position their whole entire career and they have to be switched here or there.
Well, let's talk about the task at hand. Let's talk about tonight's matchup. You go on the road to Central Lyon, George Little Rock, and a game last year against the Lions, which had playoff implications on the line for it, ended up being a great battle between these two schools, and you came up on the short end of the stick. Is that something that you're using for mentality going into this year?
A lot of those kids were just standing on the sideline watching, so I don't know how much it plays into them, and we don't try to play that up too much with last year. Like I said, most of these kids were freshmen and sophomores and not playing a lot of varsity. As coaches, we've come up on the short end of the stick a lot of times with Central Lyon, so we look at that and saying, I feel one of these days we got to be due, I hope. But it was a great game. It's always, Central Lyon, I know Toby retired and Curtis is there, but I know they're going to be a well-coached team and they're going to be fundamentally sound. We're going to have to play good football.
Well, you talk about having to play good football against them. What are some things that you've maybe seen from Coach Eben's offense and defense that maybe you'll use to your advantages coming into tonight's game?
Well, I don't know. Just what we've seen there, I think everything runs through the quarterback. He's their leading rusher, and obviously the passing game runs through a quarterback no matter what. But I see some variety, a little bit different than what we've seen in the past of just the types of formations that they use and stuff like that. And so like I said, we just got to be fundamentally sound. We got to be gap responsible in the run game, and we got to be consistent in our coverage. What
are some things that you might try to do against Central Lyon, George Little Rock, where you think that your Braves team could be successful?
Well, it's been tough for us depending on the game and depending on the week. So we try to focus more on ourselves than we do on the other team, and just focus on getting better in our fundamentals and in our pass game and our run game or whatever it might be. We've struggled in the run game for ourselves this year. It's no secret. So we've done more passing, and it's we still need to do some improvement there, some pass protection improvement and our route running and stuff like that. But it's kind of more we look at it, especially being young, focusing on getting better every week and focusing more on ourselves than on the opposing team.
You talk about having a young football team, and you keep going back to that. How is that going to come into play when you have to go and make a long bus trip like you will to get to Rock Rapids tonight?
This will be the longest one with this team. I shouldn't say the first one, I guess. And so our longest one of the year. And we've had mixed results. We got off the bus at Pokey, which is our shortest one, and we played really well. We got off the bus at Sioux Center, which is not too much shorter than going to Rock Rapids, and we did not play well. So hopefully we learn from that experience, and we come a little bit better prepared to play against Central Lyon.
Another thing that might have a factor is up in Rock Rapids, it has been wet all week long. It's been raining all week. There's a possibility of rain during game time here tonight. How do you think that might affect your team, and how do you prepare those guys for the wet conditions that might come?
like you said, it's been raining there all week. I'm sure you guys have been outside practicing as long as there's no lightning, and we try to do the same thing. And when it gets to that night, we tell the kids that's why you practice in those conditions. You don't call off practice early or do whatever. You got to get used to playing in any type of condition. And we always talk about it's not raining just on us and not on them. Both teams have to play in the conditions. So.
You talk about the physicality of District 1 football and coming up here and making your way through a tough season. Anytime you play in Northwest Iowa, a lot of beating and a lot of banging that these kids go through. You're about midway towards the end of the season here. How's your team dealing with those bumps and bruises?
We've not had anything season-ending. We've had some kids miss games here and there. We had a few kids miss last week's game. We're still waiting to see if we get full clearance. They've done some practice stuff. Seeing how their injuries respond, and we're going to miss one of our senior offensive linemen. Ended up with a concussion last week, so he's not playing. But it's like you said, it's part of playing in Northwest Iowa, and it's just part of playing the game of football. You're going to have kids that have bumps and bruises, and they're going to miss a game here or there. And I'm going to guess that everybody else is probably in the same boat we are.
What do you see as some of the keys to picking up a win tonight over the Lions?
It goes back to you can't beat we are not talented enough to beat ourselves. We can't turn the ball over. We can't have big penalties. We can't make up for those things as an overall football team yet. So we just got to play that fundamentally sound and not beat ourselves, not turn the ball over, not have penalties.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you spending some time with us here this week, and we wish you the best of luck tonight.
All right, thank you very much.
That is the head coach of the Cherokee Braves, Travis Schipper. We'll be back with more of the pregame show when we return.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success. Here at Central Lyon, we have a tradition of excellence and take pride in our quality education. Central Lyon has undergone many changes over the years, but our mission has remained the same, to provide an education and the opportunity for all students to become productive, lifelong learners. Our rich history combines with our state-of-the-art facilities to give students the best of both worlds. Our students have access to the newest technology, dedicated teachers, and a community that supports our efforts. Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success.
And we welcome you back to the pregame show. It's time to talk Central Lyon George Little Rock football with head coach Curtis Eben. Coach, once again, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me, Joel.
Well, Coach, let's talk a little bit about last week on the road, a big road trip to Pocahontas, and the outcome we wanted, but maybe not the game we wanted against Pocahontas.
Yeah, it was one of those games that, when you start making mistakes, especially on the defensive side of the ball, we didn't play the most sound football on the defensive side, but our offense really came through, and that's what makes it an interesting game when your offense and defense can play a full game together.
One of those things in that game is maybe we came out, we got a great opening kickoff, returned it into their territory, and scored in just 3 plays out there. Maybe we scored a little bit too easy and a little bit too early to the guys kind of lost some of the focus.
Yeah, a little bit of that happened, but I think our offense could have maybe done that most of the night. Our offense is clicking; they were feeling good. Defensively, we just missed so many assignments and didn't wrap up, didn't tackle very well, and those are things that we really worked on this week in practice. We'll continue to get better in those aspects of the game and move forward.
Other than picking up the win, some of the other positives I think we can take out of that game is we got down in the first quarter by a couple touchdowns. We were able to rally back, take the lead back. Then in the third quarter, they came back and made it a very close game again. But it seemed like every time they made it close or had a little bit of momentum, our guys were able to answer the call and get that right back.
Yeah, we were down 22-7 in the first quarter, and so we were a little nervous at first to how we're going to respond. But I felt like our offense could really move the ball pretty much at will, and so that's something that we just kind of hung our hat on. In that second quarter, we outscored them 28-0 in the second quarter. Came back in the third quarter, they got an onside kick and kind of scored 2 touchdowns quick on us, and all of a sudden we're back in a dogfight in that game. But our guys showed some resiliency and fought back and actually never gave up the lead the second half.
Well, it became a fantastic win on the road. It was definitely a back and forth, exciting aspect from the viewer's standpoint, maybe not from the sideline standpoint, but like you said, a win nonetheless. Let's move on to this Friday night. We've got homecoming night against Cherokee. Cherokee, a young team, but a very talented young team at that.
Yeah, I think Cherokee struggled at the beginning of the year a little bit. They made a quarterback change to went from a junior to a sophomore. This sophomore quarterback is a real good kid, real mobile, and throws a very good ball for being a sophomore. And so that's, we really need to take care of the quarterback. We didn't do that too well last week. So, yeah, that quarterback is kind of the butter to their bread. So we need to make sure we take care of that early and often and try to get some pressure on them as much as possible. I know the field conditions are going to be a disaster tonight, so I'm sure people are going to be slipping. Our kids, we need to make sure that we do what we do on defense and offense, and we keep our feeding.
Well, you talk about the conditions out there. We've had a lot of rain all week long. Obviously, rain potential throughout the night and throughout the game here tonight could definitely cause a factor. Could be some positives for us when it comes to playing defense against them and how it affects their offense, but it could have some negatives against us. So, how is that going to affect us on both sides of the ball?
I think the positive for us is we've seen the wet conditions pretty much all week. We've practiced, we've been around it. Cherokee hasn't got a lot of wet conditions, so our kids, we got to be prepared. Short, choppy steps. Don't overextend ourselves too much over that course of the game. But we'll change our game plan a little bit. We might see a little bit more run out of us than throwing, obviously, in the conditions. But for the most part, we're going to stick to our game plan and get after it.
It's one of those things where when it's wet like this, and like I said, you're running the ball, and you got to pay attention to your footwork so you don't slip and fall. You also have to make sure you hang on to that football. So it's going to take a little extra focus out of our team.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the thing is that we're not going to let the weather bother us, but yet at the same time we got to be cautious of it. We got to be thinking of it in the back of our head. But it's still a game of football. It's just going to be a little bit muddy and wet out there, but it's still a game of football. You still got to tackle. You got to drive your feet on your blocks, and we're excited for this game.
Well, and you talk about some of the distractions of the weather. Not just that, it's homecoming week here at Central Lyon. Lots of things going on throughout the week. Lots of different things that the kids are involved in. They got to pay attention to. How has our team done throughout the week being focused with all the different activities going on?
As I told the kids and throughout the week, I said enjoy homecoming as part of your high school experience, but homecoming is not very much fun if you don't win a game on Friday night. And so our kids are focused. We had a good night. We got a really good night of practice last night. We'll get things wrapped up tonight and put that on the game field at 7 o'clock.
Well, we saw last week at Pocahontas, got to get a few of those guys that had been injured back into the ball game. They came out and said Hymanson had a nice game in his first game back. Good to see him back on the field. A couple of those other guys with the bumps and bruises as well. Overall, how are we looking going into this game?
Not too bad. Mostly, like I said, bumps and bruises. But we did lose Austin Metzger for a while here with a broken finger. So it's something that you really can't tape it or cast it. So we're gonna be without him for the next couple of weeks here, potentially the rest of the season. So it's just losing him definitely hurts. A two-way player that's played a lot of football for us. So besides that, we're looking pretty healthy, and the kids are feeling pretty good.
What are some of the keys to picking up a win here tonight at homecoming over Cherokee?
Again, it's going to be field position. Obviously, in any weather situation like this, it's going to be field position, taking care of the ball, creating turnovers and creating the big plays and limit the big plays. And that's something that's very typical in any ball game. But tonight's going to be very much that way with the weather conditions.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time you give us each and every week, and we wish you the best of luck tonight.
All right, thanks for having me, Joel.
That is the head coach of the Central Lyon George Little Rock Lions, Curtis Eben. We'll be back with more of the pregame show when we return.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank in your own backyard. With people that you trust, it's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly, welcoming you back to the field on the Lions Broadcast Network, getting set for Homecoming 2017. Also, senior night, and the flag football players leading the Lions onto the field tonight. Boy, that was a charge onto Dicknall Field here in Rock Rapids. Joel, those flag football players, they were fired up here tonight.
Absolutely. If they can't get you excited, I mean, that's one of those things we talk about from day one, Jay. When you're just a little kid, you imagine seeing these guys run out onto the football field, and there they got the chance to do it early and now get them set up for when they become varsity players.
We're going to pause for the opening ceremonies, and we'll be back with the coin toss and the opening kickoff when we return to Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids.
Frontier Bank proudly brings you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's an easy way to earn cash, no talent necessary. It's like a participation trophy that's actually worth something. You do everyday things, we reward you in cash each month. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Frontier Bank.
Hi, this is Dave DeNoble. It is a proven fact that as Americans, we're spending more time at work in order to make a living and less time with what we cherish most, our relationships with God, family, and friends. The staff at DeNoble & Company PC, Certified Public Accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, is dedicated to working alongside you to accomplish all your business and personal financial needs. By partnering with DeNoble & Company PC, you can spend more time with family, friends, and at church, making the memories that are priceless.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like I
the
was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids as we get set for the opening kick here tonight. Homecoming 2017 for the Central Lyon George Little Rock Lions. Lions playing host to the Braves of Cherokee. And homecoming queen Bailey Herman and the homecoming queen candidates making their way out to midfield with the game ball here tonight as the captains of each team respectively meeting at midfield for the opening coin toss as we lead into the kickoff here tonight. Want to welcome any of those Cherokee Braves fans that have joined us here tonight for the video and audio coverage live from Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids as of right now. Weather is holding out. We are good and actually a real nice night for football. However, the field conditions pretty rough. The field conditions, you could see the field chewed up pretty good after the pregame warm-ups alone. So certainly, Joel, field conditions going to be a factor here tonight.
Yeah, and you heard from both coaches in their pregame interviews when we talked to them. They both were actually expecting to play with the rain coming down. So they expected the wet conditions. They knew that it was coming into this one, but so they've got to be happy the fact that it's not raining for the moment right now out there, and they're going to go with it the way it is. The interesting thing will be is the Lions probably a little bit more prone to running the ball than Cherokee. Cherokee has only run for 280-some yards on the season, so they don't run the ball very often. They like to throw it down the field. And that's going to be something they're not used to doing here, and we'll see if that affects this game.
Well, perhaps you noticed the officials and the captains at midfield, and you did, in fact, see that right. The Lions won the opening coin toss. The Lions elected to defer, and Cherokee still decided to kick the ball away. So the Braves will be kicking the ball with the wind, moving from the left to the right on your screen in front of you.
Well, you know, that's an interesting thing. Usually when you defer, the team that gets the choice usually elects to receive because the Lions will get the choice in the second half. Now they can receive both halves and start the first half and the second half with the ball. So very interesting pick here by the Cherokee Braves. But, you know, possibly if you think about it, Jay, if you're hoping for bad field conditions, all that, you're hoping for turnovers. You know, you're thinking that ball's going to hit the ground a lot. You're going to think that you can possibly get a turnover here and maybe take advantage of field position that way because the wind really isn't a factor in this one.
Alex Paulsrud will do the kicking for Cherokee as he has the ball teed up on the 40-yard line. Colton Van Beek and Nick White deep to return for Central Lyon George Little Rock. And once again, Lions moving from the right to the left on the screen in front of you. As Paulsrud approaches, gives the ball the boot. We are underway. A low line drive kick. Van Beek lets it sail over his head, runs back to the 2, picks it up. Back across upfield at the 10 to the 15 through a tackle to about the 17, 18-yard line where the Lions will start. First and 10.
Well, the Lions right there misjudged the kicking abilities of Paulsrud and not thinking he'd get the ball down there. It goes over their heads, and it does not get into the end zone. They have to go back, retrieve it at the 2. And a good job there by Van Beek to at least get some positive yards to get close to the 20-yard line. But right off the bat, Cherokee taking advantage with some decent field position on defense.
First down and 10 for the Lions. They will start on their own 18. Nagel will line up in the shotgun. Trip receivers left, a single to the right. Nagel calls it out, takes a snap, hands up the middle. Van Beek, huge hole on the left side. Van Beek rumbles across the 30 up to the 31-yard line, and a nice big gain on first down.
You know, that's how the Lions started things off last week down in Pocahontas. Colton Van Beek got things started right away. Had a couple of big runs early in that first quarter to spark their first touchdown. Right away, they're going to go back to that senior tailback.
1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 31. Nagel will take the snap, hand to Van Beek. Huge hole on the left side again, and over 10 yards on the pickup. Another 13-yard carry up to the 44-yard line.
You know, right there, what you're seeing is Cherokee has seen throughout the weeks that Lucas Nagel is the primary ball carrier, the quarterback, and they are bound and determined to take the quarterback away. Lucas is doing a great job of reading that, and he's seeing it, and he's just giving the ball to the running back and has huge room right over the middle of the field.
1st down and 10, Central Lyon, George Little Rock from their own 44. Nagel fakes the hand of Van Beek, quick pass over the left side, and this pass is complete to Kroll, who crosses into Cherokee territory, brought down to the 47 of the Braves.
Yeah, nice play there. Right there, they this time trying to get that defense. They're going to have to honor the middle run here by Van Beek. They kind of close down on it. Lucas pulls it away, sees the D end in the corner coming up, makes a quick pass out to Carter. He gets a nice 9-yard gain on 1st down.
2nd down and 1 for the Lions from the Cherokee 47-yard line, opening possession of the game. Nagel in the shotgun, Nick White in motion, left to right. He'll take the hand from Nagel on the sweep around right end. White finds the sideline and room to roam. Flag on the play as White will carry all the way down to the 20. However, the flag in the area of a hold on the outer edge. We'll wait and see what this flag is.
Yeah, you're going to get a hold at about the 40-yard line, or if a block in the back, we'll see exactly what it is. But nonetheless, it's going to negate a nice gain there by Nick White there, and it's going to push him back there, take away that 1st down run, continue a 2nd down. The one thing I like about Nick White on that one is the poor field conditions is really going to make it tough for these guys to cut and get up the field. So instead, he just kept flowing with the play, got to the corner, and just ran through it instead of trying to make that cut on a dime.
Well, the penalty will be a spot foul from the 40. So the ball set up on the midfield stripe. Now a 2nd down and about 4 for the Lions. Nagel in the shotgun. He'll hand to Kroll on the sweep over the left side, and Kroll is going to be knocked back to the 44-yard line. Looked like some slippage in the backfield there, and the Lions will lose about 6 yards on the play, set up a 3rd down and 10.
Well, the Lions were clicking there early. Now you see what one penalty can do there, Jay. It took us away from 1st down and 10 inside the 30-yard line. Now we've got it back 3rd down and 10, and we're back in Cherokee territory.
Ball spotted on the Lion 44-yard line. Nagel in the shotgun on 3rd and 10. Nagel with White in motion left to right, takes the snap, fakes the hand right side, keeps it himself left side, and Nagel will carry up to the 50-yard line for a pickup of about 5 yards, maybe 6, setting up a 4th and 4.
Yeah, 5-yard pickup there. Lucas just had to make too many decisions there, trying to find the seam. The seam wasn't as open as he wanted to be. Got good positive yards, but not enough. And the Lions are going to set up here and possibly show that pooch kick here from the midfield marker, or if Lucas sees it, he can go.
4th down and 4 with the ball on the midfield stripe for Central Lyon George Little Rock. 9:25 left in the opening quarter. Nagel takes the snap, and it will be a pooch punt right up the middle. Great punt by Nagel. Will take a hop at the 15 and take a Lion roll down to the 12-yard line, where Cherokee will start offensively. 1st and 10 for the first offensive possession of the night for the Braves.
You know, that's a good drive there and a good punt there by Lucas, but got to be disappointed with the way that drive started and the way how effective they were moving the ball. And that one penalty just takes you all the way out of your offense there, gets you behind the chains, and not be able to dig yourself out of it. And we did see some of the field conditions come into play there. We saw a guy slip in the backfield and miss his block, and that cost us some yards as well.
Central Lyon George Little Rock coming in with a record of 2-4. Cherokee at 1-5. Lions at 2-2 in district play. Cherokee at 1-4, or 1-3, pardon me. As the hand goes up the middle, not a whole lot tough sledding there, as the Lions will stand it up right at the line of scrimmage. In fact, a loss of 1 back to the 11-yard line on the play for Cherokee on 1st down. And the ball carrier for the Braves was Tyler Zeman.
Yeah, Zeman right there. As we said earlier, this is a team that has developed into a passing team, a young team here for Cherokee. A lot of sophomores out there, sophomore starting quarterback. They like to throw the ball around. So if they have to go to the run game, that's something they're not necessarily comfortable with. They only average less than 2 yards per carry on the season there. So that is going to be, if the Lions can force them into the running game, would be a big success for them.
2nd and 11 for Cherokee from the shotgun. Back to pass is the quarterback, and that is Alex Paulsrud. He'll complete the pass to the wide receiver Trevor Lundquist at the 15-yard line for a pickup of 4 on the play.
Yeah, just an easy little out pass there. Nothing fancy on that one. Just trying to get it out, get positive yards there, wide open. Our safeties are playing way off. We're giving them a lot of cushion on that one. And a nice, easy throw to get things going for Cherokee.
3rd down and 6 for the Braves. 8:24 left to play in the opening quarter. We are scoreless. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the opening offensive possession. Stalled out after a big penalty around midfield. Lions were forced to punt. So the Braves with their first offensive possession, 3rd and 6 from their own 16. Paulsrud pass over the middle, tipped and incomplete. And a 3-and-out for Cherokee on the opening offensive possession of the night.
Well, it was a nice job there by Lucas to drop into coverage there. Saw the man coming across the middle. Some contact there right as the ball got there. Good timing, though, and it knocks it free, knocks it incomplete, and Cherokee's going to be forced to punt this ball away. Lions have a good chance here. If they can get a good return, they can have some great starting field position.
Paulsrud back in the punt formation, standing on his own 7-yard line. Gets a good snap, gets off a high end-over-end punt. Not a bad punt at all. It will take a hop at the 49 and roll out of bounds at about the 42, maybe the 41 of Central Lyon George Little Rock.
You know, a really good punt there by Paulsrud to get it up and towards the sidelines. They obviously saw on tape, they saw Nick White and what he could do. Last week he was just all over the place on the punt returns, and they're not going to give him a chance if they don't have to.
1st down and 10, Central Lyon George Little Rock with their 2nd offensive possession of the night. They will start at their own 40-yard line with 8:11 left to play in the opening quarter. We're scoreless so far. Nagel lines up in the shotgun. Trip receivers to the right as Nagel takes a snap, hands up the middle to Netton, and nothing doing there as he's hitting the backfield and dropped. The ball came out, but after the whistle at the 39-yard line is where it will be spotted for a loss of 1.
Yeah, just poor blocking up front there. The lineman just broke down on that one, and Parker was hit as soon as he got the ball and stood up in the backfield. Good penetration by Cherokee to keep him for a loss.
2nd down and 11 for Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball spotted on their own 39-yard line. Nagel in the shotgun, and we got a false start here on the left side. I believe Ross Wiertzma was moving early. Confusion between Nagel and Nick White on whether there should be motion or not.
A little bit of confusion out there. Then you had the defensive ends and the D tackle. Looked like they were going to maybe switch positions there. And they were adjusting, shifting, and they're actually going to call the defense for drawing the offense offline by trying to go on that snap.
All right, so the Lions catch a break. A ball will be moved up to the 44 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Now a 2nd down and 6 for CLGLR following the penalty. 7:36 left in the opening quarter, scoreless so far. Nagel lines up in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side as Nagel calls for White in motion left to right. Nagel fakes the hand to White, keeps it himself right up the middle, and carries up to the 48-yard line for a pickup of 4, setting up a 3rd and a couple.
3rd down and short. This is where the Lions really need to be. They are a lot more potent when they can sit in this 3rd down and short situation, and they're a lot more comfortable. You see that they're a lot more confident in themselves in running plays when it's 3rd down and short. When they get down in that 3rd and 7 or longer, they really aren't comfortable running those kind of plays, and you can see it when they try to execute.
3rd and 2, Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes the hand to Netton, quick pass, left side, Carter Krull into Cherokee territory, fights for the 1st down, and he has it. Nice yards after the catch by Krull, up to the 47 of the Braves, and that will move the chains.
6-yard catch there by Carter Krull. We've got to be careful on that one. Nick White very close to getting a block in the back there. He shoved the tackler coming at him and just didn't shove him enough, so luckily he didn't get the penalty on the sideline.
1st down and 10, Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball on the Cherokee 47-yard line. As the Lions with a fresh set of downs, Nagel in the shotgun. White in motion left to right as Nagel takes a snap, drops it, hands to Netton, who drops it, and Netton will just fall on it back at the 49 all kinds of problems with ball control there, and the Lions will lose a couple on the play.
Well, very lucky to even have possession of the ball there, as the first one hit the ground and it took a nice bounce there. Lucas reached out, picked it up. Probably should have taken it himself at that moment and just tried to go and get positive yards. Instead, he tried to hand it off. Parker had no clue the ball was coming his way, and Parker very aware to just fall on it and keep the ball.
2nd down and 12. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball on the Cherokee at 49-yard line. As 6 minutes left in the opening quarter, clock on the move. Nagel in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the hand to White, dropping back to pass. Quick pass down the left sideline, caught by Hymanson at the 20 and out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Nice job by Hymanson, looking it in, making the catch, and out of bounds at the 16. Big hookup from Nagel to Hymanson.
You know, Hymanson's really come on here in the last couple weeks. He had that injury. He didn't get to play against Sheldon last week against Pocahontas. Able to pick up some big yards, had about 85 yards of receiving last week. Now we catch him down the field, and it looks like his leg is in good shape. And when we can keep Hymanson in good shape and get him down the field, we're going to have a good passing game.
1st down and 10 for the Lions from the Cherokee 16 as Nagel takes a snap, rolls out right side, cuts it back up the middle, does what he can to about the 15 for a pickup of 1 yard when it's all said and done.
Yeah, Lucas is really struggling right there. And what happens there is sometimes the spacing isn't very good, and he doesn't have an obvious seam to run through, and he just tries to put the nose down and get positive yards on that. If the offensive lineman can open up the gap there a little bit farther, he's probably got 8.
2nd down and about 9. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball spotted on the 15 of Cherokee. Nagel in the shotgun, White in motion left to right. Nagel takes a snap, lobs it up left side of the end zone. Hymanson catches the jump ball for the Lion touchdown.
You know, that's a good hand fight right there for Hymanson. You know, the defender was thinking that Hymanson pushed off on that one, but he's not pushing off because they're both tied up together. They're just engaging each other, and they go up for the jump ball. Hymanson out jumps him and brings it in.
15 yards through the air. Nagel to Hymanson, their second hookup of the night. This one for 6. And with 5:09 left to play in the opening quarter, Lions have the lead. As we have extra point attempt coming up here first. There looks like they're putting more time on the clock here. Going to reset the play clock. Carter Krull to take care of the extra point duties this time around as we await the snap. It's a good snap. Hold is down. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. 5:09 left in the opening quarter. 7-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock leading at Cherokee from Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. This is Lion football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank in your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, 5:09 left to play in the opening quarter. 7-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock with a lead on Cherokee. 15-yard touchdown pass from Lucas Nagel to Zed Hymanson, and the Lions are on the board first here tonight. Homecoming 2017, and just where you want to be. Have that lead in the first quarter, Joel.
A good start there for the Lions. Actually, they moved the ball down the field and had to punt it away. Give it back to Cherokee, got it right back, and then they take it down and finish off the drive. And that's a good confidence booster here in the first quarter.
Ensuing kickoff from Romel Lopez will bounce and stay inbounds. Picked up at the 6-yard line by Cherokee and brought down at the 6-yard line is the return man for the Braves, Tyler Zeman. Can't blame Zeman there. It looked like he was going to let that roll out of bounds, which was the direction it was heading. However, it took some kind of sideways hop and stayed in bounds.
Romel is great at that. He practices that. You saw that against Sheldon a couple weeks ago. He's able to do that. He gets that soccer-style kick, and it angles towards the sidelines. Nobody comes up and plays it, and then it rolls out flat and heads down inside the 5-yard line, and that's a planned kick for Romel Lopez, and that's the advantage of having him on our team.
First down and 10 for Cherokee as the Braves will line up in the shotgun formation. Ball spotted on their own 6. Paulsrud in the shotgun takes the snap, hands on a sweep over the left side, and the ball carrier just slipped and fell. That was Trevor Lundquist on the carry.
Yeah, and right there you saw it. We talked about it with Nick White earlier on that jet sweep that he ran where he kept flowing with the play to the corner and was able to get big yards there. Right there you saw Lundquist. He tried to stop and make that cut out there in the middle of the field, poor wet conditions, and he goes down for a loss.
Second down and about 13 now for the Braves with the ball spotted on the 3-yard line. That would be their own 3. 4.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Lions lead it 7-0. Cherokee in the shadow of their own goalpost. Balsrud will line up in the shotgun on 2nd and 14. Takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Lets it go right side, wide open at the 10-yard line. The catch is made by Ryan Hurd, and he'll have a pickup. Well, they're going to spot it at the 9, but nonetheless, it gets them further away from the goal line, at least for the Braves.
Yeah, and just a quick little pass. That time, earlier they went on the out pattern. This time Hymanson tried to come and take away the out play, and they go on the little hitch route there to Hurd. And a nice job there by the quarterback to stand up, make that nice, easy catch, and get them some positive yards and out of the shadows of their own goal line.
3rd down and 7 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on their own 9-yard line. Balsrud in the shotgun, dropping back to pass once again under pressure, tucks it, runs it up the middle, breaks it out left side, still nothing to do. He'll have to take the sack back at the 6-yard line, a loss of 3 on the play, and it looks to be another 3 and out for the Braves.
Yeah, Lions stand tall again on the defensive side of the ball and do a great job. Those defensive linemen, they're just bringing 4 guys with pressure. Everybody else going back into coverage, and those guys do a good job of beating their men and then crashing down and getting to the quarterback.
Balsrud ready to punt away. It looks like the Lions will bring pressure. He's in his own end zone, and the Lions got the block. The ball is blocked, picked up at the 5, and run in by Stave for the Lion touchdown. 5 yards on the punt block and return for Stave. And the Lions are on the board once again with 3:03 left to play in the opening quarter.
You know, that's every lineman's dream out there, Jay Kelly, to get that Carson Stave. They get the block. He goes at it. There was no way he was falling on that ball. He was catching it, and he was scoring. And that was just everything we talked about. We talked to him earlier in the year during the Lions Den interview, and at no point in time did he tell me in his individual goals that he was going to score a touchdown this year.
I tell you what, a lineman's dream right there, running one back for a touchdown, and then on top of that, he only had to run 5 yards. It doesn't get much easier than that. Carter Krull on the extra point attempt coming up. The snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up. And the extra point, it is no good. Wide to the right. 3:03 left to play in the opening quarter. 13-0. Central Lion George Little Rock leading at Cherokee. From Dick Knoll Field in Rock Rapids, this is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Hi, this is Dave DeNoble. It is a proven fact that as Americans, we're spending more time at work in order to make a living and less time with what we cherish most, our relationships with God, family, and friends. The staff at DeNoble & Company PC, Certified Public Accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, is dedicated to working alongside you to accomplish all your business and personal financial needs. By partnering with DeNoble & Company PC, you can spend more time with family, friends, and at church, making the memories that are priceless.
Back at Dick Knoll Field in Rock Rapids, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 3:03 left to play in the opening quarter. 13-0. Central Lion George Little Rock with the lead on Cherokee. Carson Stave running back a blocked punt for a 5-yard touchdown run for the big guy. And the Lions are on the board once again.
Well, you know, and you can't ask for too much of a better start here, Jay. That first drive, able to flip the field position and then get it working into your advantage. Then you get everything going your way so far here in the first quarter.
Ensuing kickoff from Lopez, a high end-over-end kick and a nice return for Cherokee out to the 44-yard line by Caleb Kramer. Or pardon me, not Caleb Kramer, rather, but Cherokee's return man on the play was Danon Pierce. Running it back to the 42 is where it's officially going to be spotted, where Cherokee will take over 1st and 10. Now an opportunity for the Braves here, Joel. They're out of the shadow of their own goalpost, a little more room to work with.
Yeah, this is one thing where they can maybe open up their playbook a little bit. They've been pinned inside their own red zone for the entire game so far. Now maybe they can try and get something going in the right way.
Balsrud in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolls out right side on the option. He will pitch it, and the pitch goes to Zeman, who will be brought down immediately, if not sooner. He will pick up a yard out to the 43-yard line.
Zeman with a run there. That was probably the best option that the quarterback had. You could see he was pretty tender on those feet. He was really not sure about trying to cut it up the field. They're trying to stretch it out. Lions defense just flowing with it. Then as soon as he pitches to the tailback, then the Lions attack on it, and they explode after him and knock him down after only a yard pickup.
2nd down and 9 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on their own 43. 2:20 left in the opening quarter. Clock on the move. Lions lead it to 13-0. Paulsrud will line up in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side as he drops back to pass. Paulsrud looking on the left side, lets it go, and the catch is made at the 45. Behind a slipping defender for the Braves. On the catch is Colby Grell, and Grell will be brought down, caught from behind at the 14, maybe the 13-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Yeah, that's a big play right there, and that's where the field conditions can get to you too. Is you're playing behind him, you're coming up there trying to make that hit, and the running back or the receiver did a great job of just sidestepping the tackler, and the tackler goes down. He's got all sorts of running room. Nick White, a touchdown-saving tackle down there inside the 15.
Ball spotted at the 12-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock, where Paulsrud will lead the Braves up to the line of scrimmage. Trip receivers right, twins to the left. Paulsrud takes a snap, rolls out right side. Looking to pass in the right corner of the end zone. Nicely defended by Zed Hymanson as Hymanson knocks it away. And the pass falls incomplete. I believe he was looking for Krell there again.
Well, the Lions doing a good job there. They're going to have to stand up here on the defensive side, try and keep themselves with that 2-touchdown lead. You don't want to give it right back. You've worked hard to get this edge and have that little bit of comfort zone. You can't let off the gas just because you're up by 2 touchdowns. You got to keep playing hard here. And it's going to be interesting here if they decide to go for it here on 4th down, if they get to that situation.
2nd down and 10 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on the Lion at 12-yard line. Paulsrud in the shotgun, calls it out, takes a snap. The hand goes right up the middle, and knocked down in the backfield is the ball carrier, Danon Pierce, as Nagel came through and just flattened him.
Yeah, that was a great way to see it there. Nagel comes up through the field, and he sees it. As soon as he sees that handoff, sees who's got the ball, he just jumps right on top of him, knocks him down for about a 3-yard loss.
Ball spotted back at the 15-yard line, where it will be 3rd down and about 13 for Cherokee with the ball just outside of the Central Lyon George Little Rock 15-yard line. 1:10 left to play in the opening quarter. A 13-0 lead for CLGLR over Cherokee, but the Braves are threatening. Paulsrud on 3rd and 13 takes the shotgun snap, rolls out to his right side, looking down the right side of the field. Nothing happening there. Now he'll lob it up, and a jump ball is tapped and incomplete, out of bounds. Catch was actually made, but it was well out of bounds by Trevor Lundquist off of the deflection.
You know, and plenty of time there for Paulsrud as he's rolling out on the right side and just looking down the field. But the Lions coverage team really good in coverage on that one. They were all over every receiver. And the receivers for Cherokee kind of got a little close together. All 3 of them were right on top of each other and probably made it a little bit easier for the Lions to defend.
4th down and 13 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on the Central Lyon George Little Rock 15-yard line. 50 seconds left in the opening quarter. Clock is presently stopped. A 13-0 lead for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Paulsrud will line up in the shotgun, 5 wide here on 4th down as Paulsrud drops back to pass, lets it go left side of the end zone for Grell, who cannot make the catch. Oh, we got a flag on the play in the end zone. Looked like Grell was well behind Colton Van Beek, the defender on the play. It's going to be tough to call a pass interference here, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and Van Beek actually fell down.
Yeah.
Van Beek was trying to turn the hips, and as he rotated the hips, he fell down and was nowhere near the receiver. The receiver just didn't make the catch, so they are going to call pass interference against the Lions, and that is a tough call there because there was no contact between receiver and defender, but nonetheless, it's going to march the ball up and make this about 4th down, and they're going to say it was actually at about the 10-yard line, so they're going to give them about 5 yards on this. So it'll be 4th and 5, not an automatic 1st down. But then it would be more of like a defensive hold if it happened back there, wouldn't you say?
Right, yeah, I would say probably a holding or illegal use of hands or something like that. So a 4th down and a 5 for Cherokee with the ball spotted right about the 7-8 yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Paulsrud takes a snap, rolls out right side, looking, nothing open. He'll tuck it, he'll run it. Paulsrud tries to cut it back to the middle of the field. He's got wide open space now. Nagel will try to hunt him down. Nagel in the open field is going to bring him down. Great charge by Lucas Nagel, breaking down, making the tackle, getting him out of bounds, and the Lions hold on 4th down.
Wow, Lions. Lucas Nagel did a great job. I was nervous there. Paulsrud's rolling right side there. He's looking down the field. Then he's going to take off and run. Looks like we got him pinned in. He reverses field and takes off. We have no purple jerseys over there. But out of nowhere, here comes Lucas Nagel and showing his speed and able to run him down and take him down before the 1st down marker. So Lion defense, they hold here and they get the ball back.
29 seconds left in the opening quarter. Turnover on downs. A 1st down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock from their own 5. Nagel takes a snap, hands Van Beek up the middle, room to roam, busts off an arm tackle, and carries out to the 15-yard line, going to be close to a 1st down.
Yeah, Van Beek's going to pick up another 8 yards on there. He's doing a great job of running the ball so far, and he's kind of got the hot hand. You almost got to stick with him here, Jay. He's got 3 carries for 35 yards.
14-yard line where the ball will be spotted, and that will bring an end to quarter number 1. It is homecoming 2017 here tonight, and the end of 1 quarter of play. Central Lyon George Little Rock leading at Cherokee 13-0 from Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. This is Lion football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success. Here at Central Lyon, we have a tradition of excellence and take pride in our quality education. Central Lyon has undergone many changes over the years, but our mission has remained the same: to provide an education and the opportunity for all students to become productive, lifelong learners. Our rich history combines with our state-of-the-art facilities to give students the best of both worlds. Our students have access to the newest technology, dedicated teachers, and a community that supports our efforts. Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 12 minutes up on the board for quarter number 2. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on Cherokee by a score of 13-0. It is homecoming 2017, and the Lions going to start off quarter number 2. A 2nd down and 2 with the ball spotted on their own 14-yard line.
Lions would really help themselves here, Jay, if they can move the ball down the field. Don't necessarily need to score, but once again, they got to get to about at least the midfield and see if they can't flip field position if they can't punch one in.
Nagel in the shotgun on 2nd and 2, hands up the middle to Van Beek. Van Beek with another tough 6-7 yards up to the 21-yard line, and the Lions will move the chains once again.
Yeah, nice running once again. Van Beek has just got all sorts of room. The offensive linemen, they're getting a great push up front there, and it makes for an easy decision for Lucas just to hand it off to him, and he picks up an easy 7 yards.
1st down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball spotted on their own 21. The Lions now moving from the left to the right here in quarter number 2. Nagel will line up in the shotgun with Krull in motion right to left. Nagel fakes the hand to Krull, keeps it himself, and pretty much has to eat it. Contact right at the line of scrimmage. They will give him a yard of forward progress.
Well, and that's something that we're going to see a lot of here. Lucas is going to have to fight for every yard he's going to get out there. Cherokee, they talked to Coach Schipper earlier in the week, and he said that he expects to just key on the quarterback and not let the quarterback beat him. So our other guys are going to have to step up and gain the yards out there, as Colton Van Beek has done so far in the first half.
2nd down and 9 for the Lions from their own 22. Nagel takes the snap and the hand on the sweep around the right side to Nick White. White gets a block from Hymanson, crosses the 35 out to the 36-yard line, and another nice gain on the ground for the Lions.
Yeah, 14-yard pickup there for Nick White. Once again, that play worked for us earlier in the first quarter, and we got the penalty that took it away from him. Here it is. It goes for another big gain there. Nick White, once again, you see Cherokee's defense. they're really keying on the middle of the field. They're trying to take Lucas away, and they're going to give those other guys the ball, and I guess Lucas is just going to have to use his weapons here tonight.
First down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball on their own 36. Nagel takes a snap, hand right up the middle to Van Beek, breaks it out left side, turns on the Jets, and carries into Cherokee territory all the way down to the 48-yard line of the Braves.
16-yard pickup there. Colton Van Beek doing a great job there. And the one thing that I'm seeing out of Colton, and something that he has really picked up on throughout the season as it's going on, those first couple games he wanted to sidestep a few times. He wanted to find the hole. Now he's just putting the head down and he's exploding through the line of scrimmage and getting big gains.
First and 10 from the Cherokee 48. Nagel fakes the hand to Van Beek. Quick pass, left side, Carter Krull. We've got yards, flag on the play. Krull had the first down on the completion. However, the flag in the area of a hold at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a hold on Nick White there, and that's tough there. When a receiver is out there on the edge trying to block, and they got their hands engaged in there with the defender, the one thing that you got to do is when they pull away, you almost got to let them go, because if you're engaged with them and they pull away, you're going to get that holding call every time.
10:25 left to play in the first half. A 13-0 advantage for Central Lyon George Little Rock over Cherokee. District 1 2A matchup here tonight between the Lions and the Braves. Lions at 2-2 in district play. Cherokee at 1-3. First down and 15 following the penalty. Back on their own 45 are the Lions now as Nagel will take the snap. Quarterback keep right up the middle. A surge from the offensive line. Nagel into open field to the 35, the 30, hits the sideline, 25, 20, 15, 10, and brought down at the 5-4-3-yard line is where it's going to be marked. Lions will be set up with first and goal.
A 52-yard run there for Lucas. Nagel had a 70-plus yarder last week. This time he gets through there. Like you said, a surge off that offensive line. They've been just blowing up there right down the middle of the field. Lucas gets to that second, third level. Then he step ladders to the sidelines there, and he puts on the Jets and gets down inside the 5.
First and goal at the Cherokee 3. Nagel on the quarterback keep right side. Stood up at the goal line. Did he get in? Yes, he did. For the Lion touchdown, Lucas Nagel from 3 yards out. 10 minutes exactly left to play in the first half, and the Lions increase their lead to 19-0.
Well, after a big run like that, you got to let the big horse finish it off right there. He's over 6 feet tall. He's 200 and some pounds out there. You just let him have the ball, go right up the middle behind those offensive linemen and punch it in.
Extra point attempt coming up. Looks like the Lions will elect to kick. Carter Krull will do the kicking once again, and Wright will do the holding. As we await the snap is a good one. The hold is down, the kick is up, and the extra point is good. 10 minutes left to play in the first half, 20-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock leading at Cherokee from Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids. This is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the husband who didn't text back about supper.
Probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend. But just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Back at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 10 minutes left to play in the first half, 20-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on Cherokee, and a nice put-together drive. A few big plays for the Lions, and they find pay dirt once again there, Joel.
Yeah, the Lions are doing a great job here. The defense is setting up the offense, and the offense has been clicking. A few penalties here and there, but for the most part, the offense has done a phenomenal job of marching the ball down the field and finishing off drives to keep themselves in this 3-touchdown lead.
Romel Lopez on the ensuing kick will hop inside the 10 through the end zone for the touchback. 10 minutes left to play in the first half, 20-0. The Lions with the lead here on this homecoming night, but not just homecoming here tonight. It is senior night as the senior players, the senior cheerleaders, the senior cross-country runners all recognized before the game started here tonight. We mentioned the flag football team leading the Lions onto the field tonight. Middle school football players will be recognized at halftime, as well as this year's Hall of Fame class. Big night tonight.
Yeah, a huge night here, and lots of things going on here at Central Lyon for Central Lyon Georgia. Like I said, the last home game of the season for the Lions, and here they get caught on a hard count there on first down.
Yeah, Paulsrud with a hard count for Cherokee, able to draw that Lion defensive line off sides. So a free 5 yards for the Braves will set up a 1st and 5 from their own 25. Of course, homecoming Queen Bailey Herman and the homecoming Queen candidates delivering the game ball before the game here tonight. All kinds of great events going on here at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. Bad snap on first downs, and Paulsrud's going to have to fall on it back at the 20-yard line. In fact, the 15-yard line, rather. So that's going to be a loss of 10, and it will now be 2nd and 15.
Yeah, and right there, he just never got the ball. It was a low snap down below his knees. He tried to get his hands on it, but couldn't quite get it. And it falls all the way back there. Like I said, Jay, a 5-yard loss. But the best thing you can hope for there is that at least you fell down on it and were able to maintain possession.
2nd down and 15 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on their own 15. As Paulsrud will line up in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side and up back to his left. Paulsrud dropping back to pass, looking over the middle, rolls out right side, has some room to roam. Paulsrud up to the 20 and steps out of bounds. Late flag coming in on this block at the right about the 20-yard line is where it took place. Paulsrud went out of bounds at the 22.
Well, and that's where you're going to see the new rule in place is that blind side block out there. You cannot come from the weak side there and just light up a defender when he's not looking for it, because they're trying to keep these kids safe and keep them away from those big hits and those big heavy head hits. And right there, he caught Parker Nett, and he was trying to flow with the play. And in the old days, it's a good, clean block. I mean, he was in front of the shoulder pads and all that stuff, not a block in the back, but it was a blindside block, and that's something they're trying to get away from.
So the personal foul call on Cherokee will be spotted back from the 22-yard line, and the officials will mark it back to the 12-yard line, where it will be a first down and, a 2nd down rather, and about 20 for the Braves now.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where they say on that blindside block that they are actually away from the play out there, and the quarterback's already by him, so he wasn't going to make the tackle. You don't need to hit him.
Paulsrud back to pass on 2nd and long, overshoots everybody with this one down the right sideline, and a 3rd down coming up for Cherokee with 9:06 left to play here in the first half. A 20-0 advantage for Central Lyon George Little Rock over Cherokee.
Just a deep ball down the sidelines there, overshoots everybody. Zed Hymanson had the best shot at that one to try and catch that pass out there, but it's something where they're behind the chains. They got a deep 3rd down here coming at you. You got to expect they're going to take another shot down the field. And the Lions are just going to sit back in that prevent defense and try and keep everything underneath.
On 3rd down and 20, Paulsrud will line up in the shotgun. Twin receivers to each side. Paulsrud takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Steps up in the pocket under pressure. Rolls out to his left side. Paulsrud will tuck and run. Puts on a nifty move at the 15 to the 25 to the 30, 35. And drug out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Great gain and some nifty moves from Paulsrud on that quarterback heap. He managed to pick up a 1st down.
Yeah, that is just, like I said, nifty moves on there. That is all effort by the quarterback. He's rolling out, he's looking down the field, then decides to take off and run, and does a great job of finding the open space, eluding the defenders, and as he got to the sidelines, managed to stay in bounds long enough to pick up enough yards for the 1st down.
1st down and 10 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on their own 38. 8:44 left in the first half. Clock moving, and the Lions lead it 20-0. Paulsrud in the shotgun, takes a snap, hand up the middle, fumble on the play. Paulsrud picks it up. He's going to have to eat it. Carson Stave brings him down back at the 24-yard line, and a big loss again for Cherokee.
You know, we talked about these wet conditions, Jay, all throughout the pregame show, and we talked about it all week long as the rain was out there, and we knew it was coming. And one thing that we talked about with the coaches is that Cherokee hasn't had this rain. They haven't had a whole lot. They got some yesterday, but they haven't practiced in the wet conditions where the Lions have been outside all week long playing and practicing with that wet ball.
2nd down and 23 for the Braves. The ball spotted back on their own 24. Paulsrud in the shotgun, dropping back to pass. Just a quick pass right side and dropped by the intended receiver on the play, and I think that was Pruitt, rather, and so a 3rd and long coming up for Cherokee.
3rd down and long once again. Lions had it played pretty well last time they were in this situation. Just a few moments ago, they were trying to keep everything underneath. They took away all the receivers, but when they were playing back on it, That allowed the quarterback to get out and run on there, and this time they're going to have to do the same thing, but the defensive linemen are going to have a little bit better contain.
3rd and 23 for the Braves with the ball spotted on their own 24. Paulsrud in the shotgun, dropping back to pass. He'll have to tuck and run again, and a flag on the play. Paulsrud carries up to about the 28-yard line, pickup of 4. I would imagine the Lions will decline this penalty, but we'll wait and see here.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold there against Cherokee. Obviously, the Lions will decline it after the 4-yard gain, and they'll take 4th down and force Cherokee to punt once again.
Holding call against the Braves. The Lions will decline it, so now a 4th down and about 18 for Cherokee as the Braves will take our first timeout of the night. 7:46 left to play in the first half. 20-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock leading Cherokee from Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. This is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank in your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. As we got 7:46 left to play in the first half, 20-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on Cherokee. 4th and long for the Braves, and the Braves elect to punt following the timeout. Punt from Paulsrud, a high end-over-end punt, but a very short punt. Will take a hop at the 45 of Cherokee and backwards to about the 43, where the Lions will start 1st and 10 in Cherokee territory. And Joel, really a chance to get this game under control here with a nice drive from the Cherokee 44.
Yeah, a high short punt there from Cherokee, only netted 15 yards on the kick there as it bounced back into Cherokee territory before going out of bounds. Lions are going to take over outstanding starting in field position. 7 minutes to go here yet in this second quarter, and they're going to have a chance to really try and blow this one open.
1st down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock will take over on the Cherokee 44-yard line. Nagel in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side as Nagel takes a snap, drops back to pass, pump fake, and then a deep ball for Deach. And the pass is tipped and nicely defended, incomplete as Cherokee's defense, Kobe Grell running step for step with Deach on the play.
Yeah, and what they're trying to do there, I think, on that deep pass there is they're trying to do kind of that short back shoulder drop there, and as the defender's running with Deach, they're hoping that Deach can stop and come back to the ball where the defender wouldn't see it and make the catch down there, but a great job there defensively for Cherokee.
2nd down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball on the Cherokee 44-yard line. Nagel in the shotgun, calls it out, takes a snap, hands to Nick White on the sweep over the right side. White cuts, slips, keeps his feet, and White is brought down at the 42-yard line. 2-yard pickup on the play, but really he was skiing through the middle portion of the field there.
Well, we talked about how the footwork was going to be there, and it really hasn't affected the Lions all that much, and that time Nick did a great job there just kind of keeping the feet underneath him so he could get positive yards.
3rd down and about 8 for the Lions with the ball spotted on the 42 of Cherokee. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands Parker Netton up the middle, breaks it out left side. Netton into the 35-yard line, and that is where the ball will be spotted. Just shy of the 1st down.
Just shy of the 1st down. Parker Netton got through the first line of scrimmage there and was just clipped enough to lose his footing and goes down short of the goal line, or short of the line to gain. And the Lightning came out, and I do believe we're going to have the players going to the sidelines, and we're going to have to go to a weather timeout here. And the rule by the state is anytime the Lightning's out there, a half-hour break. before we can come back out here and play. So right now with 6:09 to go in the second quarter, Lions leading 20-0. We'll have to take a half-hour breather here, and the players will go into the locker room here, and we'll wait and see how this weather comes out. Rain has not kicked in yet, Jay, but the lightning strike is what they're worried about.
First lightning delay of the night, and the way this works is we are on the clock for 30 minutes right now. Should we get another lightning strike, it will reset back to 30 minutes every time you see a lightning strike. So that is the way that the lightning delay works. So just stay with us, and we'll keep you up to date on all the latest from Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. 6:09 left to play in the second quarter with the Lions on front, 20-0.
Yeah, as of now, they're talking 8:15. If you go a half hour from now, it'll be 8:15 when we can get back to going back onto the field here. The rain is just starting to come down. Coaches and officials are looking at the weather radar. They want to see where everything's at. But like I said, it's going to be about 8:15. So if you see us go away from here from a little bit, it's just because we're out of here for the weather delay. But plan on 8:15. If we come back any sooner, or I guess if we get another delay, we'll come back and let you know where exactly we stand from here.
Right. I call this our first lightning delay. Hopefully this will be the only lightning delay of the night. But as Joel mentioned, sometime around 8:15, that's when we are hoping for at this time. In the meantime, just stay with us, and we'll have more from Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. Once again, we are under a weather delay. 6:09 left to play in the first half. 20-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on Cherokee. We'll have more from Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Here at Central Lyon, we offer equal opportunities in a fun learning environment.
Students K through 12 participate in a wide variety of activities in and out of the classroom.
Teachers here at Central Lyon go the extra mile to help students achieve their academic goals.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Hi, this is Dave DeNoble. It is a proven fact that as Americans, we're spending more time at work in order to make a living and less time with what we cherish most, our relationships with God, family, and friends. The staff at DeNoble & Company PC, Certified Public Accountants in Rock Rapids, Luverne, is dedicated to working alongside you to accomplish all your business and personal financial needs. By partnering with DeNoble & Company PC, you can spend more time with family, friends, and at church, making the memories that are priceless.
Frontier Bank proudly brings you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's an easy way to earn cash, no talent necessary. It's like a participation trophy that's actually worth something. You do everyday things, we reward you in cash each month. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Frontier Bank.
And we welcome you back. It's time to take another trip inside the Lions Den, where each and every week we get to know our Central Lyon George Little Rock football players just a little bit better. Today we're being joined by senior Braden Schulte. Braden, thanks for joining us. Braden, let's talk about your family life. Let's start things off. Tell us a little bit about your parents and maybe your brothers and sisters.
Well, my dad, he farms with his dad east of town, and my mom, she's a youth minister at First Reformed Church. My sister is 22 years old and works at Sioux Center High Schools. And Kale and Gabe, my two little brothers. Kale's in 8th grade and Gabe is in 6th grade.
All right, well, let's take you out of the house. Let's get you out to the football field, all the fun stuff that goes on there. Tell us a little bit about the positions that we play and see you at each and every Friday, and some of the responsibilities you carry.
I play right guard every night. Main responsibility is just protect the quarterback.
Main responsibility is protecting the quarterback. That's always a good thing. Well, let's talk about some of the goals of those offensive linemen. We always talk about The quarterbacks, they get all the stats out there. The running backs, they get all the stats. What are some goals that an offensive lineman can come up with?
Our number one goal on the offensive line is no sacks. So no sacks on the quarterback.
Absolutely. Protect the quarterback, protect the running backs. Make sure you're blocking hard every down. Good to know. Well, let's take you off the football field. Let's bring you inside the classroom. You're a senior here at Central Lyon. Tell us a little bit about the class load you're taking in your final year.
Taking an ag class I really like, animal science and tiny house, econ, and math class.
So you're definitely prepping yourself for the next year coming up.
Yes.
Well, what are some other things that we're going to find you around the school throughout the rest of the year after football's done?
You find me in the wrestling in the winter and FFA throughout the year.
Well, and we talked a little bit about the classes. We talked getting set up for after high school. What are your plans for after high school?
Plans are going to college for an ag degree.
Just going on to be good at an ag degree and then maybe possibly coming home and helping dad on the farm.
Yep.
All right. Well, as a senior here, one of the leaders on our football team, what is some advice you can give the younger kids as they start to make their way through the program?
Advice just to give, to play every down at your hardest and never let it pass by because it's worth it all.
Always some good advice for those younger guys making their way through. Well, let's talk about it. As once again a senior here, you've had lots of experience, lots of years making your way through the program. What is maybe a favorite memory or possibly some of your favorite parts of being part of this football team?
My favorite part by far of this football team is the brothership we have. We're just a tight-knit group that we love all each other, and it's real nice.
Well, Braden, we appreciate you taking some time with us this week, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the husband who didn't text back about supper.
Probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Back at Dicknall Field, where the Central Line George Little Rock Lions and the Cherokee Braves are under a weather delay for lightning and rain. The last we have heard that the players will be coming out at about 8:25 with playing to resume at about 8:30 if you're still tuning into us. Central Line George Little Rock is leading Cherokee 20-0 with just over 6 minutes to play left in the second quarter. Currently under that weather delay for the Lightning Strike players will be coming out at 8:25 and going back to playing at 8:30 roughly if you are still tuning in.
Well, once again, good evening to you folks. We are back here at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids. 6:09 left to play in the second quarter. A 20-0 advantage for Central Lyon George Little Rock over Cherokee. As you can see on the video screen in front of you, the players are back out on the field. Warm-ups have resumed, and we'll get back to action in a couple of minutes here. And Joel, certainly this break couldn't have come at a better time for the Cherokee Braves, because maybe allows them to regroup a little bit. And when something like this happens, when you have a delay of this magnitude, anything can happen when the teams get back out on the field.
Yeah, and like I said, that was a great chance for them to maybe go into the locker room, talk over what's been going on. They basically got a halftime here in the middle of the second quarter, and going into that, we are going to not have halftime here coming up. When halftime comes around, we're just going to take a quarter break, and then we're going to go right into the second half after this delay and try and keep this game moving right along. But the team's got to go in there and talk over some adjustments they may want to make, and they'll have to come out here. It'll just be a little bit different as you're going to come out, and Lions are going to be sitting 4th down and 1. Parker Netton had a run and came up just short on the last play before the lightning strike, and it'll bring up 4th down and 1 at the 35-yard line. So that's where we're going to start play when we come back, and that could be a big momentum changer if the Lions decide to go for it on that 4th down and can't get it. If Cherokee can stop them, maybe they can turn the momentum back in their direction.
Well, the West Lyon Wildcats elected to go with a 6 o'clock start with their game against Western Christian. Seemed to work out for them. They did call the game early because of a lightning delay. However, there were only 3 minutes left, and the Wildcats ended up winning quite handily, so they just bagged it with about 3 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, last we heard there, what we saw was West Lyon ended up getting the win 55-14 over Western Christian. So a big win over there. Other games around the area that we've seen, Sheldon currently leading Sioux Center 27-20. That's a big game down in Sioux Center, Jay. That is the game for the second spot in the district and in that second playoff spot. And Sheldon's in there. They're a little bit banged up. Their quarterback got injured earlier this week, wasn't going to play in that game, but Sheldon's still holding on to a 1-touchdown lead over there.
Right now it seems to be a 3-team battle for the top 2 playoff spots here in District 1, that between Boyden, Hall, Rock Valley, and as Joel mentioned, Sheldon and Sioux Center battling for those top 2 playoff spots in District 1. Central Lyon George Little Rock at 2-2 in district play. Cherokee at 1-3 in district play, and both of these teams looking for a win here. Of course, if the Lions are able to get a win, Joel, 3-2 in district play, so you got a winning record in district play. When you're playing for pride, obviously, the record kind of goes off to the side, but notwithstanding here, it still is homecoming night tonight, senior night, your final home game, final game on Dick Null Field for these seniors here tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely a game you want to win. I mean, granted, the playoffs are out of reach right now, and you're not going to make it into the playoffs, and that's disappointing, something to see. But, and it's hard to get up and play for the rest of the season knowing that fact there. But in the same aspect, like I said, you gave all the points there. It's homecoming. It's your last game on Dick Null Field. You got to come out here and be ready to go and hopefully take home that win.
As we resume, a 4th down and 1 for Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball spotted on the 35 of Cherokee. And the Lions will go for it here on 4th and 1. Twin receivers lined up to the right side, twins to the left side. Nagel will line up in the shotgun with, I believe, Van Beek standing to his left. Nagel will now set up under center. Quarterback keep right up the middle. He'll have 1st down and more as he pushes the pile forward up to the 32-yard line. And the Lions will move the chains as we get back underway following the weather delay.
Going to be a 3-yard pickup there, and just a good basic run right off the bat there. They had Cherokee had everybody pinned up there in the middle. They knew the run was coming, and you just put the quarterback under center and let him follow those big hosses for the 1st down.
1st down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock on the Cherokee 32. Nagel in the shotgun takes a snap, hands up the middle to Van Beek. Van Beek keeps pushing the pile forward inside the 25, down to the 24, and another nice gain for Van Beek between the tackle. That was Parker Netton on the carry, rather.
Yeah, he's just having a strong game out there. Parker Netton, like I said, on that run, but you couldn't quite see it there as half of his numbers are missing because of the mud.
2nd down and about 2 for the Lions on the 24 of Cherokee. Nagel, quick pass, left side, incomplete, intended for White, and just out of his reach, so now a 3rd down for the Lions.
Yeah, couldn't quite make the fake there as the running back slipped on his way through, was Netton, and then tried to throw it with some pressure in his face. And the rain is really coming down right now. It's going to make these conditions on this field really deteriorate here as this game goes forward. So you can about imagine the passing game is going to disappear.
Third down and about 2 for the Lions. Ball spotted on the 24 of Cherokee. Nagel takes a snap, hands to Netton up the middle. He'll put the shoulders down and be close to the first down. I believe he's got it. Let's wait and see where they spot it. Yeah, they will move the chains right around the 19-yard line, I believe, as the yard lines have started to disappear here at Dicknall Field.
Yeah, going to give him 4 yards actually on forward progress there for Parker. He's going to get the first down. Expect to see these guys go here a lot, and you're seeing it when they're trying to even hand off. Their feet are slipping a little bit.
Nagel in the shotgun, White in motion left to right. White will take the hand from Nagel, trying to turn the corner, and he does so effectively inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line, and another nice gain for CLGLR on the ground.
A 6-yard pickup there for Nick White. Once again, he just does a good job there when he gets it. And he's not trying to do too much. He's not trying to cut it up the field. He's just flowing with the play, getting the positive yards, and taking everything he can. And he ends up picking up a 6 yards and gives a second down and 4.
Second down for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Ball spotted on the Cherokee 13-yard line. 4:38 left in the first half. The hand on the sweep. Left side, Carter Krull. Broken for the angle of the end zone, and he will take it to the 5-yard line before being knocked down by the Cherokee defense, but will pick up the first down, and the Lions set with a first and goal.
Yeah, 8-yard pickup there for Carter, and a good run for him. And he's just doing the same thing Nick does. He gets out in front there and just keeps running for the sidelines, picking up as many yards as possible.
First down and goal. CLGLR on the Cherokee 5-yard line. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands to Krull on the sweep, around left end. Cull cuts it up into the end zone for the Lion touchdown. Carter Krull from 5 yards out. 4:14 left to play in the first half, and the Lions are on the board again.
Well, Jay, Carter Krull getting into the end zone. I do believe his first touchdown on the ground there, first rushing touchdown of his career here at Central Lyon George Little Rock, and getting good to see him, the young kid, getting his way into the end zone.
Krull will look to add the point after to his touchdown run. 4:14 left in the first half. I did say the first half. We do have a lightning delay that we had to deal with, about 45 minutes in all when it was all said and done. That's the reason we are in the first half. Lions are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Nagel will line up in the shotgun with twin receivers to each side. Nagel takes a snap, quick pass, left side, Nick White. He is in for the 2-point conversion. 4:14 left to play in the first half, 28-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock leading at Cherokee. From Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, this is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank proudly brings you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's an easy way to earn cash. No talent necessary. It's like a participation trophy that's actually worth something. You do everyday things, we reward you in cash each month. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Frontier Bank.
Hi, this is Dave DeNoble. It is a proven fact that as Americans, we're spending more time at work in order to make a living and less time with what we cherish most, our relationships with God, family, and friends. The staff at DeNoble & Company PC, Certified Public Accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, is dedicated to working alongside you to accomplish all your business and personal financial needs. By partnering with DeNoble & Company PC, you can spend more time with family, friends, and at church, making the memories that are priceless.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, 4:14 left to play in the first half, 28-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on Cherokee. Following the 45-minute lightning delay, Lions don't seem to be affected. They resume and pick up right where they left off. So a 28-0 lead for CLGLR. Ensuing kickoff coming up from Romel Lopez. 5-yard touchdown run from Carter Krull. Latest score for the Lions. Kick from Lopez hits the ground. It's anybody's guess after that. Fielded at the 15 to the 20 to the 25. Making his way up the far sideline and cutting back to the middle of the field all the way to the 47-yard line is Danon Pierce for Cherokee. Nice return on the play.
Yeah, doing a nice job of getting down there, and you can definitely see it, Jay, as the rain is just really coming down. You can't see it necessarily probably on the screen, but the rain is just coming down just heavy. And these guys are slipping all over the place. Nobody's going to have a lot of speed out there, but Danon Pierce A good job there getting to the sidelines, then coming back into it and getting a good gain and good starting field position for Cherokee.
Kudos to all the fans and the student section that stuck it out here as well during the weather delay. They're all coming back in droves into the stands, so nobody's scared of a little rain. Low snap here and an ugly one back to the 45-yard line where Paulsrud will have to eat it. And a quarterback sack for about 3 yards for Central Lyon George Little Rock. First down for Cherokee.
Yeah, that ball just never got off the ground there as the snap was down at his feet. He picked it, tried to pick it back up. He almost bobbled it again. He just gained the possession and just falls forward and got anything he could there. It goes for a loss of 2, maybe 3 yards. And it's just been tough sledding here for Cherokee this entire first half.
Second down and 13 for the Braves with the ball spotted on their own 45-yard line. 3:25 left in the first half. Clock is on the move. Paulsrud in the shotgun, calls it out, takes a snap, low one, corrals it, drops back to pass. Now will tuck and run up the middle, and he did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Another quarterback sack for this Lion defense, and those Hoggers on the defensive side of the ball coming through.
Going to lose about a yard there, and I'm surprised Cherokee was going to throw the ball down the field, but nothing doing there as the defensive backs for the Lions jamming the wide receivers at the line of scrimmage, not letting them free, and that causes the footing problems right off the bat for these guys. They aren't able to get free, and the quarterback just has to take the sack.
Third down and a 15 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on their own 44. Paulsrud in the shotgun, trip receivers left, twins to the right. It's 5 wide, low snap. Paulsrud picks it up and runs with it, slips and falls for another loss of a few yards. Boy, that tough sledding up the middle of the field right now, and Paulsrud having trouble with the snaps here. That whole offensive possession for the Cherokee Braves.
Yeah, and that's just too bad there for Paulsrud as, he just can't have, he has no chance to get anything going on that one. He has to just try and pick it up and make positive gains on it. And the field conditions are just awful right now, and it's not good for anybody out there.
Paulsrud ready to boot the ball away. The snap will be the question. Got a good long snap, and the punt is off. Nice high end-over-end punt. Will be a short one, and everybody will get away from this one. It takes Cherokee bounce to the 26-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock, where the Lions will start first and 10. 1:56 left in the first half.
Nick White had me nervous on that one. He came up, looked like he was going to maybe try and fair catch it. And in weather like this, you just got to let that ball hit the ground and get away from it, because a fair catch could easily be a muff punt in this kind of weather.
First down and 10, Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball spotted on their own 26 with 1:56 left in the first half. A 28-0 lead for CLGLR, and certainly you would like to see some points before the half to get that running clock in the second half, especially in tonight's circumstances. The hand goes up the middle to, I believe, Netton for a pickup of a couple of yards up to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, Parker Netton just trying to run it right up the middle of the field there, and he is just covered in mud out there as he gets just leveled in the middle of the field. It's hard to read his number.
That was Colton Van Beek on the carry. That they're going to get us every time. Even the Lions jerseys tough to read. Of course, the white jerseys of Cherokee darn near impossible when they're covered with mud. But the Lions have white numbers on those purple jerseys. So when the Lions numbers get darkened in, those are difficult to see up here in the press box as well.
Could go to our advantage there if they don't know who's in there. If they don't know if it's Van Beek or Netton in there at backfield, then could make some interesting things, because those are two definitely different runners.
Well, we got a timeout on the field. A second down and 8 coming up for CLGLR. 1:34 left to play in the first half. 28-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on Cherokee, and the Lions with possession. A second down and 8 coming up from their own 28 once we resume play.
Well, and as we said, there will not be, or it'll be an abbreviated halftime. It's going to be more like an extended quarter break here as we took a 45-minute break for the weather there in the middle of this quarter. Colton Van Beek back in at running back this time again.
Second down and 8, Central Lyon George Little Rock from their own 28. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, drops back to pass, lets it go over the middle, and the pass is incomplete, I believe, to Nick White. And a third down and 8 coming up for the Lions.
Well, we've seen that twice now. We saw Cherokee do it. Now they're showing the Lions are going to do it. And both coaches not afraid to stand back there and throw the ball if they need to here on those long down situations, even in this weather.
Third down and 8 for the Lions with the ball spotted on their own 28-yard line. Nagel will line up in the shotgun. Twin receivers wide to each side. Nagel takes the snap, dropping back to pass. Lets it go over the middle of the field for Hymanson, who makes the catch in Cherokee territory at the 47-yard line. He's brought down to the 41. 1:21 left in the first half, and the Lions will rush up to the ball.
31-yard catch there for Hymanson. Nice job by Nagel. Just throws it out there. Hymanson made a great adjustment on it to make the catch, and the Lions are rushing up on the ball, now forced to call a timeout as they want to make sure they get the play in right.
Well, the Lions still with one timeout left, I believe, to their credit. A 28-0 advantage for Central Lyon George Little Rock. 1:21 left to play in the first half, and the Lions on the move once again. A 1st and 10 from the Cherokee 41-yard line.
You know, and getting into Cherokee territory, that was a big pass play in there. Not only was it on 3rd down to extend the life of your drive, but in the same aspect, Jay, it gets you inside of the territory at that 40-yard line. You don't necessarily have to pass with 1:20 to go here. You've got a shortened field out there. You can choose to run and try and catch a big one. That jet sweep has been a really nice gainer for us all night.
On a raw fall evening here at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. One to remember for this group of seniors, that's for sure. Their final home game of their careers. 1st down and at 10. Ball spotted on the Cherokee 41. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolls out right side, lets it go down the sideline. Wide open is Krull, but Nagel just overshot him. Krull at the 22-yard line was wide open, but Nagel just couldn't quite put the touch on the ball.
Well, I think he was looking out in the flat here, looking for the out pass, maybe looking for Nick White, and then looked down the field and he saw how wide open Carter was, and I don't think he could believe how far open he was and just couldn't quite hit him.
2nd down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball on the Cherokee 41-yard line. 1:15 left to play in the first half. 28-0. CLGLR with the lead on Cherokee. Nagel will line up in the shotgun. Everybody in tight up front. Takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Looking over the middle of the field. And now out in the flat, Krull finds himself open again. Catch is made at the 22, all the way down to the 11-yard line. And the Lions rolling right down the field again.
Lions going right back to it. They saw something there where they're not picking up Carter Krull. And an easy pitch and catch that time. And a 30-yard pickup there. Lions are in business with a minute to go.
Trip receivers left, a single to the right. 1st and 10 from the Cherokee 11. The hand to Van Beek up the middle. He'll waltz in for the Lion touchdown with 1 minute exactly left to play in the first half. It's a 34-0 lead for Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Colton Van Beek, good to see him having a game like this, the senior tailback out there. He's struggled a little bit, hasn't gotten a whole lot of carries as we spread the ball around a lot here, but definitely getting some extended looks here in this first half of play. That was his 7th carry for 71 total yards here in the first half, and another nice game for Colton Van Beek.
Point after attempt coming up from Carter Krull. Wright will supply the hold as we await the snap. Snap is a good one. Hold is down. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. 1 minute exactly left to play in the first half. 35-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock leading Cherokee. From Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, this is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard, with people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. 1 minute left to play in the first half. 35-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on Cherokee. An 11-yard touchdown run from Colton Van Beek, the latest score for the Lions. And the Lions rolling with 1 minute till the half.
Lions coming out here once again and marching it down the field. The good thing you see out of this, Jay, is coming out of the weather delay, the Lions have not missed a beat. And have really just come out and just came out firing once again and have extended their lead.
Ensuing kickoff, a pooch from Romel Lopez and fouled upon at the 31-yard line by Cherokee's Carson Monin. That's where the Braves will take over. 1st down and 10 from their own 31.
Not a bad choice there on the pooch kick to keep the return man for Cherokee away from that one, as he's had a couple of big returns, and the way the weather is going out there, it doesn't take much to slip and miss a tackle and let a guy like that get free.
First down and 10 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on their own 31. 59 seconds left to play in the first half. 35-0 lead for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Paulsrud will line up in the shotgun. Twin receivers to each side. Paulsrud takes a snap, dropping back to pass. He'll tuck. He'll try to run, and Paulsrud gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a 1-yard gain up to the 32.
Looks like they're going to mark him down. Like I said, possibly 1 yard on that. And good coverage downfield once again there for the Lions defensive backs. They are all over the wide receivers, nowhere for him to throw the ball to, and that allows the defensive line to just collapse on him and don't allow him anything.
Second down and 9 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on their own 32-yard line. Inside of 30 seconds left in the first half. Clock is on the move. Paulsrud will line up in the shotgun, takes a snap, dropping back to pass again over the middle of the field, nearly intercepted, knocked down by the Lion defense, and
Parker Netton.
Was it Netton? Okay. It was Netton or White. I couldn't remember which one there, or couldn't see.
That was Parker Netton right there. He's the middle linebacker in that situation, and he's too bad there because he thought he had a free pick at that. That was kind of a duck out of the hand of the quarterback. Nonetheless, brings up third down and long here, and the Lions with 18 seconds, just looking to see if they can get another sack here probably and let the clock run out.
Third down and 9 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on their own at 32. 18 seconds left in the first half. Lions lead at 35-0. Paulsrud takes the shotgun snap, drops back to pass over the middle, and the pass is caught. Great catch, shoestring catch at the 41-yard line by Cherokee, and that will be enough for the first down for the Braves. And coming up with that, making the play, I believe the Ryan Hurd was the receiver on the play for the first down for Cherokee.
Yeah, he took that off the shoelaces right there, just reaching down there. I can't believe he got it up there, but he paid the price as Parker Netton threw him to the ground, and that'll be enough to take us to the end of the half.
Cherokee will use their first time out here before we get to the end of the half with 8 seconds left in the first half. 35-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on Cherokee, and the Braves going to draw up that 59-yard play they got in their back pocket here.
Yeah, it could be interesting. We'll see how far that the quarterback can throw it there. He's kind of struggled with the snap and struggled getting the ball out of his hand, so we'll see what this sophomore quarterback has for an arm. But Cherokee, obviously, I guess they want to try and score before the half so that they don't start the second half with running time, but seems like I would try and just get to the half and get out of this situation as it sits.
Well, CLGLR will get the ball to start things off in the second half as well. Paulsrud in the shotgun, 5 wide, trip receivers right, twins to the left following the timeout. Paulsrud takes a snap, quick pass, left side, incomplete at the 42-yard line, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds remaining.
Not sure what they were going to go for on that one with the pass underneath. Going to go for Kobe Grell was the intended receiver and just kind of short hopped it to him. But a little bubble screen there, and we're expecting something big after the timeout after that one.
Paulsrud in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the right. Twins will line up to the left, make that trips to the right, and a single receiver left. Paulsrud with an up back standing to his right. Paulsrud takes a snap, drops back. Pass over the middle is caught at the midfield stripe, and that will run out the clock on the first half. Coming up with the catch was Cole Pitts. That will bring an end to the first half of play. Now, we are at the half, but it is going to be like a quarter break, essentially, here because of the lightning delay. They will just take a quick quarter-type break here at the half, if that makes any sense to anybody right now.
Yeah, an abbreviated halftime here for this halftime there, and they'll go back to the kickoff situations, and the Lions will actually be the ones receiving once again. And out there on the field right now, we've got our Hall of Fame inductees, Mike Klinkenberg, Chris Keel, and Justin Overman, all on hand here for us tonight, and good to see those guys back on the field.
And certainly they are getting the ovation that they well deserve, these boys here. A murderer's row of Central Lyon George Little Rock football names right there on the track. Mike Klinkenberg, Chris Keel, and Justin Overman. There's a lot of talent out there on that track right now, Joel Viss.
Yeah, absolutely. All guys who have played Division I football. Mike and Chris obviously went on. They played in Iowa, and Chris actually went on to he went on to go to Morningside where he finished. Justin going on to UNI, and those guys hold a lot of records in a lot of different sports here at Central Lyon George Little Rock.
I tell you what, every one of these boys, too, they look like they could still suit up. They're looking good.
I could take them.
Well, yeah.
Needless to say, right?
Not as good as us, but they're looking good nonetheless.
This is true.
Right.
They're looking pretty sporty out there, so
We
good
are.
to see. I'm glad they could all come back.
Right, yeah.
Keel lives a long ways away, so does Mike. Justin lives a little bit closer, but, yeah, nice to see that all three could represent and make it here for the presentation.
Second half kickoff is underway. Central Lyon George Little Rock will get the ball, and returning the kick from the 15-yard line right up the middle is Nick White, breaking for the sideline. Little skating at the 42, and he'll be brought down to the 43. Just lost his footing, couldn't quite make the cut, and the Lions will take over 1st and 10 on their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, that was one of those things for Nick. I don't know what he was going to go for there. He either had to stay in the gas and keep his feet underneath him. He was going to run right into the defender or try and make the cut. And making a cut on this field is going to be tough tonight.
As of right now, we are at running time here in the third quarter. Nagel takes a snap, hand up the middle to Netton. He'll push the pile forward into Cherokee territory down to the 49 for a pickup of 7 on first down.
You know, what I like to see out of this, Jay, is here they come out there. They go right down the field, pick up about 8 yards with Netton on first down. And as you get up off the pile, the offensive linemen are right there at the same spot as the ball carrier, and they're getting up there, clapping their hands. They're excited. And when the offensive linemen are fired up like that, you know you're going to have good running.
35-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead and the ball as we start off the third quarter following the 45-minute rain delay. A sweep around left end to Carter Krull. Krull will carry to the 47. He's going to be very close to the first down.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be about half a yard short there. Needs to get to the 47-yard line, and he's just shy by about by the tip of the football there, and going to set up a third down and short, and that's not a guarantee out here right now.
10.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Clock on the move. Lions lead it 35-0. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes the hand to Krull, keeps it himself. Left tackle, ooh, he's going to be stood up. It's going to be close. I think they gave him enough forward progress just across the 47.
Yeah, going to give him just enough. Like I said, the near side official who's spotting it came over and marked it right on the 47-yard line. That's where we needed to be. But dangerous footing out there, and Lucas trying to make the cuts through there and just can't quite get that grip with the feet, but does get enough for the first down.
First down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock just inside the 47-yard line of Cherokee with 9:50 left in the third quarter. Running clock 35-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead. Nagel in the shotgun, trouble on the snap, corrals it, and he'll be brought down back at the Central Lyon George Little Rock 49. Now the official nearly slipped marking the spot.
Yeah, that's a tough break right there, and we've seen that from Cherokee in the second quarter there just a few minutes ago. They had troubles with the snap. This time, Central Lyon George Little Rock troubles with the snap. They're going to do a ball switch here, get a dry football out there, a new football, and see if that can help these guys out there. But snaps have been a premium here in this ball game.
Second down and 15. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball spotted on their own 49. Low snap. Nagel handles it. Hands to Van Beek, and Van Beek breaks out over the left side. Or that was Netton, pardon me, to the 48-yard line of Cherokee. Pickup of about 3, so a 3rd and 11 coming up.
Third down and long here, and the first part of this is going to be if we can get the snap, because these last two, the snap has not been very good, and it really disrupts the play because the quarterback, he has to try and catch the ball, and then he has to try and remember what the play was and what he's supposed to be doing, and in this kind of offense, it's all about timing, and that really throws it off.
Third down and 11. Central Lyon George Little Rock from the Cherokee 48. Nagel in the shotgun, dropping back to pass, looks deep down the left side for Hymanson, cuts back to make the catch at the 25-yard line as Hymanson having a night tonight. Wow. Nice cutback to make the catch on an underthrown ball by Zed Hymanson.
Yeah, and that's something they work on. They try to do that. As I said, you get those running backs who don't have to look, or those defensive backs don't have to look for the ball anymore. They can face guard you all they want. And you throw that underthrown ball and the receiver can adjust on it. Hymanson does a great job to make that catch.
First down and 10 for the Lions. Nick White takes the hand on a sweep around right end and tiptoes around the right end, tries to keep his footing, and is piled up upon after about a 1, maybe a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, just swallowed up there, trying to extend it out there and turn the corner. and just not enough there as those linebackers were able to get to him and only give him a couple yards.
7:38 left to play in the third quarter. Clock is on the move. Running time right now, a 35-0 advantage for Central Lyon George Little Rock over Cherokee. Second down and 9 for the Lions. Ball spotted at the Cherokee 24-yard line. Nagel will line up in the shotgun. Calls it out, takes a snap, fakes the hand to Krull, keeps it himself right up the middle. Nagel will push the defender forward to about the 20-yard line, and a nice pickup on the play of about 4 yards, setting up a third and about 5.
3rd and 5, manageable here for the Lions. And, they're going to go for it here on 4th down. So this is one of those things where you can choose to run the ball again. You don't need to get the first down, but if you can pick up 3 to 4 yards and make that 4th down play really a lot easier, that's mainly the goal here. You don't necessarily have to get the first down on this play.
3rd down and 5 for the Lions. Nagel in the shotgun. Quarterback keep on the play. Will follow his blockers. Close to the first down. I believe he has it inside the 15, down to the 14.
Yeah, going to be a 6-yard run there, and a great advantage on that one is that play was slow, and I don't think Lucas really knew where he wanted to go with that one. As a pretty good push by Cherokee, but the lineman doing a good job of standing him up. He was able to just settle in behind him and get enough for first down yardage.
1st down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock on the 13 of Cherokee. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands to Krull, sweep over the left side. Great blocks in front of him, and Krull will take a heavy hit but carry down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, nice job of getting it down there to the 5. Going to pick up about 9 yards on that carry there. And out there in front, I think that was Van Beek who got out in front of him and just picked up enough of the linebacker to spring him for about an extra 5.
2nd down and about 2 for the Lions. Ball spotted on the 5 of Cherokee with 5:50 left to play in the third quarter. A 35-0 advantage for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Nagel in the shotgun, split receiver wide to each side. As Nagel calls it out, White in motion left to right. Nagel on the quarterback keep, breaks it out left side, finds the end zone for the Lion touchdown. Nagel from 5 yards out, and with 5:32 left in the third quarter, it's a 41-0 advantage for Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Well, and that's just a great read there by Lucas as he sees them flowing with the jet sweep. The jet sweep's been really running well for us. That time they overload to the power side where they're going to try and go after that jet sweep. He pulls it away, goes weak side where there's not as many blockers, but there's not as many defenders, and Lucas able to outrun him to the end zone.
Point after attempt coming up from Carter Krull as the swinging gate will come in from the left. Right will provide the hold. As we await the snap, snap is good, hold is down, the kick is up, and it is no good, wide right. 5:32 left to play in the third quarter, 41-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock leading Cherokee from Dick Knoll Field in Rock Rapids. This is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network. Back at Dick Knoll Field in Rock Rapids, 5:32 left to play in the third quarter, 41-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on Cherokee. It is homecoming 2017. Running time here in the second half, and the Lions with the 41-0 advantage. Of course, a 45-minute lightning delay. That's the reason we are still only in the third quarter despite the running time.
Well, Jan, you talk about that 41-0 running clock going on in this. The advantage to the Lions getting to this point is if we have another lightning strike, the officials might be ready to just call the game and be done.
Romel Lopez on the ensuing kickoff. High hop fielded at the 22 by Zeman. He's going to take it across the far side of the field. Great tackle by Nick White in the open field at the 24-yard line. And that is where Cherokee will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, Nick White getting down the field. They're doing a nice job there. Zeman's trying to cut across the field and to try and find open territory so he can have some room to turn it up, but White just comes through and goes low and upends him.
1st down and 10 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on their own 24-yard line. Paulsrud will line up in the shotgun formation. Twin receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Paulsrud barks it out, takes a snap, drops back to pass, looking deep down the left sideline, and the pass is nearly intercepted A little bit of a fight between Krull and Van Beek, I believe.
Was it Van Beek?
Well, I shouldn't say a fight, but the two of them were going for it, and neither of them got it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they both jumped the route there, and they both had a better shot than the actual wide receiver, and bounced off the shoulder pads of Van Beek and then through the arms of Krull before falling incomplete.
4:25 left to play in the third quarter. Clock on the move. Lions up front, 41-0. Paulsrud in the shotgun, 5 wide as he'll take the snap, drop back to pass, tuck and run on a quarterback keep across the 25, and they'll actually mark him down at the 25, so a pickup of 1 on the play.
Zeman's really had some tough goes here, or not Zeman, but Paulsrud has really struggled on the night. They're trying to run the ball. That's his 11th carry, considering all the fumbles that he's had to fall on and the sacks that he's taken. He's got 11 carries for only 3 yards, and he's just had a tough go trying to get through those defensive linemen for the Lions.
3rd down and 9 for Cherokee. They're going to line up I-back formation under center, and the pitch out over the right side to Zeman. Nothing happening there as White is all over that one back to the 23-yard line, and the Lions going to force a punt once again.
Yeah, nice job there by Nick White. He's sitting back there in that safety spot. And they come up, power I formation, run the sweep there. He sees it all the way, and he just explodes from that safety spot, comes all the way up, and makes a great tackle in the backfield.
4th down and long for Cherokee, and the Braves will be forced to punt once again with 3:14 left in the third quarter. Clock continues to run. A 41-0 lead for Central Lyon George Little Rock. As a good snap and a high punt, but a short one going to be angling out of bounds into the Lion bench. And I believe that this is going to be still in Cherokee territory where it went out of bounds. As the official will mark it at the 49 of Cherokee, where Central Lyon George Little Rock will take over 1st and 10, actually the 48.
Well, that might have been a blessing, Jay, not only for the field position, for the fact that we didn't give the Lions any chance to try and catch that ball and possibly not make the catch.
1st down and 10, Central Lyon George Little Rock on the 48-yard line of Cherokee. 2:30 left to play in the third quarter. Clock continues to move. A 41-0 advantage for CLGLR here in this District 1 2A matchup tonight at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids.
Nate Klingenberg coming into the game. Looks like also Dylan Kruger and Cade Greasy, a couple other the backups making their way into the game now as the game has gotten to that point.
Klingenberg in at quarterback and slips and falls on the quarterback keep, and his knee hit back at the 48-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock, so a loss immediately on the play.
Yeah, tough going there for those guys. They're just getting in there. They haven't been playing on this all day, so they're not quite sure what that field condition is. Now they've seen it a little bit, and for that time, Klingenberg goes down there for about a 5-yard loss. But now those guys can try and feel for it and see what kind of footing they're going to deal with.
Matt Hansman up front on the offensive line, along with Jarrett Foster up front on the line as well. Klingenberg in the shotgun, takes a snap, and the hand goes right up the middle to Netton, breaks it out right side, leveled at the 49-yard line. Huge hit by the Cherokee defense, and now a late flag. I believe it might have been some taunting on the Braves after the hit.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough rate. Now there's another flag.
Wow.
Or maybe some talking this time by Central Lyon George Little Rock going back at him, and that stuff you can't have.
Definitely not. With 1:20 left in the third quarter, you got running time. 41-0 lead for the Lions. This will stop the clock, obviously, while the officials try to figure out the penalties here. And the penalties are going to be a personal foul, obviously, is going to be the call on sportsmanlike conduct on Cherokee. On sportsmanlike conduct on Central Lyon George Little Rock. Penalties will offset, and a 3rd down and 10 for CLGLR from the 48 of Cherokee.
See now, and that's a bad part there is first of all, the Cherokee player made a great hit. He made a great play.
Excellent hit.
Then he makes the taunt, which is the mistake on his part to throw the taunt, so he gets the 15-yarder. But then the retaliation is almost just as bad. You got to just get back to the huddle and go on. You just gained yourself. You just cost yourself a 1st down if you're the Lions.
Bryce Vanderweerd, the up back to the right of Klingenberg. Klingenberg takes a snap as the man in motion, Cade Greasy, will take the fake from Klingenberg. Klingenberg will quarterback keep right up to the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. 4th down and 10 coming up for the Lions.
Yeah, Nato's still struggling there with the taking the ball there and trying to get up the field. He just does not have the footing there in the middle of the field, and he's just not prepared for it. and goes down for a loss. 4th down. We'll see if the Lions, I was feeling they're going to try and run the clock all the way down and probably just punt this ball away to end the third quarter.
38 seconds left in the third. Clock is on the move. Play clock at 20, game clock at 33. As the clock continues to move, we'll see what the Lions elect to do. 4th down and about 11. They'll line up Klingenberg in the shotgun with twin receivers out wide to each side. Klingenberg calls it out, takes a snap, and the pooch punt. A nice end-over-end punt, a short one, but that's about as good as you need. Inside the 20, it'll take a hop and down at the 18-yard line by Bryce Vanderweerd for Central Lyon George Little Rock.
The Lions will kick that ball away there, and NATO just giving it away, and that'll bring an end to the third quarter as the running clock is still in effect.
3 complete, 41-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock leading Cherokee from Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. This is Lion football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, 12 minutes up on the board for quarter number 4, 41-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on Cherokee. At the third quarter intermission, the 8th grade football team, 7th grade football team being honored here, recognized, and a message as well from the family of the great Dick Null here at the third quarter break as well.
A new bench being donated by the Null family in memory of the coach at the school, so a nice memorial being placed at Central Lyon.
No doubt about that. First run for Cherokee over the left side to the 21-yard line as we kick things off here in the fourth quarter of play with Central Lyon George Little Rock leading 41-0. Kobe Grell on the carry. Pardon me, that was not Grell, but rather Carson Mannion on the carry.
Carson Mannion, his first carry, and gets out there for about 4 yards, but then gets knocked down and has the helmet come off, so he's going to have to come out of the ball game right away.
2nd down and 6 for Cherokee. Ball spotted on their own 21. Paulsrud will line up in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side. Paulsrud dropping back to pass, throws over the middle. The catch is made at the 30-yard line and pick up to the 33 by Cale Wood, the receiver.
12-yard pickup on that, and Lions playing a little bit soft here with that running clock, and you got some of the backups in the ball game, but you know when the backups go in, Jay, there is no excuses there, and they are held to the same level that the first teamers are when they get onto that football field.
No doubt about it. Tyler Vandenover along with Cade Greasy in the defensive backfield now, and coming up from the D-line to make a tackle, that was Jackson Jagger.
Yeah, Jackson Jagger, nice job there. He got through there, shucked off his block, and hits the guy in the backfield, drags him down for a no gain. And good job there by the Lions defense. You know that definitely Coach Eben wants to see this goose egg on the board, especially after last week. He was a little disappointed in the amount of points they allowed to Pocahontas, so he'd love to see a goose egg stay on the board.
Cole Remersma, Jaden Klingenberg also up front on the D-line, and now a fumble in the backfield. Cherokee's quarterback attempting to pass, and I believe he fumbled it. I don't think they're going to call it an incompletion. No, it was covered by Cherokee back at the 29-yard line. So now a 3rd down and very long for the Braves inside of 10 minutes left to play, and a 41-0 advantage for Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Kind of looked like that throw from the Boston Red Sox earlier today, Jay.
Yeah, Mookie Betts, down the right field line for the Red Sox, and quickly becoming the Dead Sox in the American League Division Series against the Astros. Watching some baseball earlier up in the press box during the lightning delay. The Cubs and Nationals going. Big run for the Cherokee Braves here. Zeman rips one off up to the midfield stripe at the 50-yard line and a good gain.
23-yard carry, enough for a first down there.
Ball spotted at the midfield stripe. Fresh set of downs for Cherokee. First down and 10 for the Braves.
Clock on the move. The Lions definitely don't want to give up any more yards here. They want to keep standing strong, get the offense back on the field, and try and keep no points on the board here and finish this game off strong.
Paulsrud in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolling out to the left side, and it looks like a quarterback keep. He's going to be hit in the open field, and a nice open field tackle on the play by Tyler Vandenover.
Tyler Vandenover, you see him a lot. He plays, gets some good time in when he has to play on special teams. You see him being like one of the gunners. He's always one of the first ones down there, so it's good to see him getting out there and playing that defensive back spot, coming up, making a tackle.
Addison Metzger, Thomas Skidmore in on the defensive side of the ball for the Lions. Ball spotted on the Cherokee 49-yard line. Paulsrud in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the right as Paulsrud takes a snap, drops back to pass, lets it go down the middle of the field, and the pass is nicely defended but still caught at the 25-yard line. Wow, great catch at the 25-yard line for Cherokee, and I believe coming up with that was their tight end on the play, Cole Pitts.
Yeah, Vandenover doing a nice shot, running with it, tried to step underneath it, didn't want to make contact, takes a swipe at it, but a good play on the ball and a good catch there for 24 yards.
Inside of 8 minutes left to play, 41-0. Central Lion George Little Rock with the advantage. Now Cherokee, first down and 10 from the Lion 25. Paulsrud in the shotgun, calls it out, takes a snap, hands left side, and here comes Zeman over the left side, breaking through some tackles inside the 20 to the 15, and carries down to the 12-yard line before the Lions are able to corral him in. Another first down for Cherokee, and I tell you what, Cherokee, they're a touchdown and an extra point away from getting this clock to stop again.
Yeah, going to pick up 13 yards on that carry, and it's too bad there because Jackson got through once again, had a clean shot at the running back, and just could not quite get to him and bring him down.
First down and 10 for the Braves. Ball spotted on the 12 of Central Lion George Little Rock. Paulsrud in the shotgun, calls it out, takes a snap, rolls out to the right side, lofts it up into the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. Nicely defended on the play by Thomas Skidmore.
Yeah, Skidmore doing a good job, just kind of staying with his man, making sure that he is paying attention where he's at, gets good position there, goes up there and knocks that ball away.
So a second down and 10 for Cherokee with the ball on the 12-yard line of Central Lion George Little Rock. 6:45 left to play. Lions out front, 41-0. Paulsrud will line up in the shotgun. Twin receivers wide to each side, and up back standing directly behind him as Paulsrud takes a snap, hands up the middle to Zeman. Zeman makes the first man miss, carries up to around the 9-yard line, pick up a 3 on the play.
It's actually Mason Goebel there on the carry. He's actually the starting quarterback from the beginning of the season before they moved over to Alex Paulsrud, and now he's got in. Now he works his way in there and adjusts in at the running back spot here a few times.
Third down and 6 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on the 9-yard line of Central Lion George Little Rock. Inside of 6 minutes left to play. Clock continuously running here in the second half. Cherokee can put a stop to that with a score and an extra point. Paulsrud in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolls out to the right side, looking into the end zone, finds something he likes on the right side. The catch is made for the Cherokee touchdown, and coming up with the catch for the Braves in the end zone is Kobe Grell.
Yeah, and that's a tough break there. That was a good march there for Cherokee to move it down the field and put one in the end zone there, but tough break there. Lions defense trying to hold up there, trying to keep him out of it, and just couldn't quite do it and keep him off the board.
5:43 left in the fourth quarter. Grell with the 9-yard reception. And now a 41-6 advantage. 2-point conversion attempt coming up here from Cherokee. Paulsrud in the shotgun, takes a snap, quick pass over the middle. Catch is made for the 2-point conversion, and the Braves will get the clock to stop with 5:43 left to play in the fourth quarter. 41-8, Central Lion George Little Rock leading Cherokee from Dick Knoll Field in Rock Rapids. This is Lion football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Central Lion, setting the standard for success.
Here at Central Lion, we offer equal opportunities in a fun learning environment.
Students K through 12 participate in a wide variety of activities in and out of the classroom.
Teachers here at Central Lion go the extra mile to help students achieve their academic goals.
Central Lion, setting the standard for success.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, 5:43 left to play in regulation. 41-8, Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on Cherokee. And the touchdown and two-point conversion from the Cherokee Braves, that will get us back to regular clock running time now here in the fourth quarter.
Well, Jay, do you go for the onside kick here if you're Cherokee and try and make this a respectable game, or do you just kick it down the field and try and work your way out in there and see if you can't force a 3-and-out before coming back?
Well, really, right now, if you're Cherokee, you got nothing to lose, and certainly the ball is going to be tough to handle. Certainly, if you don't go for the onside kick, you might as well give a squib kick a try, especially down the middle of this muddy run here at Dicknall Field.
Lions are definitely playing for the onside kick.
Paulsrud will do the kicking. Cherokee lined in a straight kick formation, and it will be a short pooch kick. They're taking a hop inside the 30, picked up at the 24 by Van Beek, and he'll be brought down right where he picked the ball up. First down and 10 for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 24 with 5:39 left to play.
That was a good kick there by Cherokee to put it out there, and it landed right next to Parker Netton. And just the confusion was there. Then that's what you need, is he didn't know if he was supposed to block or if he should go get the ball, but he was kind of waiting for Van Beek to come up and get it. And it sits down there a little bit longer, and Cherokee's got a shot at it.
Central Lyon George Little Rock with a first and 10, ball spotted on their own 24. Quindenberg. Oh, pardon me.
I'd say it'd be nice to see these young guys get down the field and see if they can't put some points on the board here.
Klingenberg in the shotgun, hand to Vanderweerd right up the middle, breaks it out right side, down the sideline. Vanderweerd rumbling to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Lions. Vanderweerd from 76 yards away finds pay dirt, and just like that, we'll be back to running time.
I was a little nervous. I saw him go in there. He got to play some time against Sheldon, and he had some troubles hanging on to the football. And it made me think about that with the way the weather is and the mud out there and all that. And they hand off to him. He made sure he had two hands on that ball. He got through the line of scrimmage and busted to the sidelines. He was off to the races, and what a great run for your first ever touchdown here at CLGLR. The sophomore Bryce Vanderweerd, 76 yards for the touchdown.
5'11", 185. Looks like a bowling ball out there on the field wearing number 31, Bryce Vanderweerd. Nice run down the right sideline, 76 yards. Extra point attempt coming up. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up, and the extra point is good. 5:26 left to play. 48-8. Central Lyon George Little Rock leading Cherokee. From Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, this is Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank proudly brings you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's an easy way to earn cash. No talent necessary. It's like a participation trophy that's actually worth something. You do everyday things, we reward you in cash each month. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Frontier Bank.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, a 48-8 advantage for Central Lyon George Little Rock over Cherokee. 5:26 left to play. And Bryce Vanderweerd rumbling down the sideline, hitting pay dirt.
So on that one, you got running clock. You're asking your offense just to run the clock out. But you give a guy like that the ball and let him go. You can't tell him to stop, can you?
No, I wouldn't think so.
Let him go.
Yeah, that's right.
Good to see them young guys get those carries like there and bust off big runs like that.
Felt good, and Jersey's still somewhat clean, but that's a good thing. That means he hasn't been taken down yet.
That's right. The moms are not going to be happy after this game. Right. We apologize, moms.
No doubt about that. Ensuing kickoff, a short pooch kick fielded at the 25 by Cherokee, and trying to cut back, much to his dismay, is the Cherokee return man on the play, Danon Pierce. He'll be brought down at the 26-yard line.
Dylan Van Berkom coming up and making the tackle for the Lions. Nice job by the Lions to break down on that one. I think the rain has actually stopped again, Jay.
Yeah, the rain looks like it has stopped. Ian Wells up front on the defensive line for the Lions. He'll camp out at the right defensive end. Also, Dylan Kruger remains in the game defensively. More of the same names, it looks like, defense-wise for the Lions. 4:45. Clock is still on the move here, and they haven't even set the play clock yet. Now Cherokee's going to call a timeout. A little bit of confusion as the second teamers come into the game for Cherokee, forcing the Braves to call a timeout with 4:39 left to play. 48-8, Lions out front. Lions going to improve to 3-2 in district play and 3-4 overall on the season. Hitting the road once again, heading down to Northwestern College next week, take on MOC Floyd Valley.
Yeah, going to go out there, play on the turf down at MOC Floyd Valley. MOC Floyd Valley playing Boyden-Hull Rock Valley this week, and I know Boyden-Hull Rock Valley was up big the last time we saw them. So you got to expect MOC is going to be ready to come and ready to play at us. Pretty much a similar record to kind of what we have. So you got to expect that that's going to be a good, hard-fought battle, and you have to go on the road and be ready to play as soon as you get off the bus.
Yeah, two evenly matched teams. That'll be a knockdown dragout next Friday night. And historically, the Lions struggle a little bit at times down on that turf at Northwestern College. So we'll see what the Lions bring next Friday night. Second teamers in for Cherokee following the timeout. The hand goes over the right side for the Braves. On the carry is Cale Wood, and he'll be dropped in the backfield. Now they'll give him the line of scrimmage on forward progress for no gain.
Yeah, Lions getting in the backfield right away, getting after it on that one and making the tackle. Carson Popkes makes the tackle off the defensive end spot.
Second down and 10 for Cherokee. Ball spotted on their own 27-yard line with 4:05 left to play in the fourth quarter. Clock continues to move. A 48-8 advantage for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Now in at quarterback for the Braves, Brandon Farver. He's a freshman. As Farver hands up the middle, and here's Wood again over the right side, carrying out to about the 34-yard line, and a pickup of 7 on the play.
Yeah, nice run there, just off tackle on that one. Pretty basic run, letting the old lineman just get out in front and block for you, and just step in right behind and follow him, and pick up good yardage.
Colby Postma checking into the game for Central Lyon George Little Rock at a defensive back. Third down and 3 coming up for Cherokee with the ball spotted on their own 34-yard line. As the huddle breaks for the Braves. Farver will line up under center, I-back formation directly behind him, hands over the left side, and rumbling down the left side on the carry, brought down at the 40-yard line by Postma, is the ball carrier for Cherokee on the play, and that was Bryce Looser.
That was a good job by Postma to come up there out of that safety spot and visualizes, sees the run. He comes right up there, breaks down, makes a great tackle around the waist, dragging him down. But enough for a 5-yard pickup and a first down there for the Braves to keep this drive alive. But the clock ticking away there, just over 2.5 to play.
Braden Smith in at a linebacker for Central Lyon George Little Rock now. First down and 10 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on their own 40 and fumble on the snap. Officials going to blow it dead right away as the Braves fall on it for a loss of 1 back to the 39. 2:20 left to play. Clock continues to move.
You know, and that's something that they were trying to get away from. You can see with these second teamers, they're going up under center. They're not doing the shotgun and trying to negate that bad snap there, but just couldn't hold on to it that time.
Jared Meyer in at a linebacker position for the Lions now as the run goes right up the middle to the 49-yard line for Cherokee, and Cale Wood on the carry once again. Going to be very close to a first down, and it will be a first down for Cherokee. Actually, they're going to put it right on the midfield stripe.
Yeah, an 11-yard pickup there. That's what he needed to get to the first down marker, and officials not even going to measure. They just spot the ball and move the chains.
As the clock continues to move with 1:40 left to play, Carson Popkes checks back in at a defensive end spot for Central Lyon George Little Rock. 48-8, CLGLR with the lead here on homecoming night, senior night, Hall of Fame night, and now a delay of game going to be called on Cherokee here as they took too much time. They were huddled a good 20 yards away.
Yeah, clock coming down there, the guys just not up to it. And coaches here on the CLGLR side, you can see they're trying to get everybody into the ballgame. Great to have a game where you can win like this, and on homecoming night where you get a nice big crowd and you're able to get everybody into the ballgame.
Farver on first down will pass in the backfield, incomplete. And that will set up a 3rd and long for Cherokee with 1:05 left to play, and the clock continues to move.
Yeah, just a few more snaps here for the Lions as they just need to try and get this one out here and don't give up a big play late in the game. And I see checking in Cole Hugendorn, the sophomore defensive back, now in.
Yeah, the Coleman out on the right side of the defense here, at a defensive back position. 2nd down and about 15 for Cherokee with the ball spotted on their own 45. As the hand will go left side, and coming across the left side, Lions not fooled, nicely defended. Only going to be a 1-yard pickup on the play. I believe Klingenberg came up to make the hit at the 46-yard line.
Well, it kind of got stretched out there. Jarrett Meyer stretched it out, and then Niall Christensen came in and made the tackle there as he come around the corner, only giving up a couple yards.
10 seconds left. Cherokee will try to get off one last play here with Farver lining up under center. I-backs behind him, takes a snap, hand on the fullback dive right up the middle to the midfield stripe, and that will do it for this one here tonight. Clock runs out. The Lions will get a homecoming win. The seniors will win their final game on Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids. Final score tonight of 48-8. Central Lyon George Little Rock defeating Cherokee on this wild weather night here at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids. Stay tuned. We'll be back to wrap it up. Lions victorious tonight. Postgame coming up on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Hi, this is Dave DeNoble. It is a proven fact that as Americans, we're spending more time at work in order to make a living and less time with what we cherish most, our relationships with God, family, and friends. The staff at DeNoble & Company PC, Certified Public Accountants in Rock Rapids, Luverne, is dedicated to working alongside you to accomplish all your business and personal financial needs. By partnering with DeNoble & Company PC, you can spend more time with family, friends, and at church, making the memories that are priceless.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
The husband who didn't text back about supper.
Probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids, 48-8. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the win over Cherokee here tonight on senior night, homecoming 2017. Seniors lining up in the end zone for a photo here after the game, and a great way to go out here at Dick Null Field for these seniors. They can say they won their final game on their home field of their playing careers.
Yeah, and as we talked about, Jay, not maybe the brightest season for these guys, not the way they imagined it going out there, but to come out here and say you won your last game on this field, stand in front of that scoreboard with that kind of a score up there on homecoming night, and probably the best game they've played all year. You can definitely say that throughout the season. we've played good in spurts. We've had good quarters, and we've had bad quarters. But I definitely have to say, from start to finish out there, even with the weather delay, these guys put together a complete game, and that was a great showing there for a homecoming crowd.
Yeah, you talk about that weather delay, that lightning delay, all in all, probably a good 45 minutes. And to be able to come out and really just, I don't know if they were doing calisthenics in the locker room to stay warm, but they picked up right where they left off. There was no real, it was very seamless from the lightning delay right back out onto the field. They really got right back into the groove right away.
Yeah, and it was really different there because when the game started, it was a little bit cool, but there was no rain. And then it was a light rain before the lightning strike hit. Once the lightning strike hit, they went into the locker room. When they came back out, it was just a major downpour out there, and the rain was coming down, and the conditions got really poor there for a while throughout the rest of that second quarter and into the third quarter. But like I said, the Lions, they came out, it didn't seem to affect them. They just kept going. And, sometimes when weather conditions go like that, kids actually are more focused and they can perform better.
Second teamers able to put some points on the board here tonight as well. So all in all, a good night, memorable homecoming for 2017 for this year's edition of the Lion football team. And on top of that, with the win tonight, they've got a winning record in district play.
Yeah, what more can you ask for? You sit out there and you're sitting in that fourth position right now in district play. I guess if you want to, throw the stone out there. If it was the old playoff measures, we'd be right into that spot going into a game against MOC Floyd Valley next week. But nonetheless, we're not in that spot as we did here. Sioux Center ended up picking up a 41-40 win over Sheldon. They kicked an extra point at the end of the game to beat Sheldon, and that should be your playoff contender right there, as those two guys have already played all the other teams pretty much throughout the district. I do believe Sioux Center has Boyd and Hall Rock Valley to come yet next week, but for all intents and purposes, it'll be Boyd and Hall Rock Valley and Sioux Center in the playoffs.
And the final score here tonight, a 48-8 win for Central Lyon George Little Rock over Cherokee, as the boys will hit the locker room, hit the showers, and then get ready to do some homecoming dancing here tonight. Turn the focus to the Dutch of MOC Floyd Valley coming up next Friday night. Final two games going to be on the road, and of course on the road in District 1, never easy.
No, and going over to MOC Floyd Valley, it's a beautiful field out there. You got the turf. It's a college football atmosphere. But sometimes it can be intimidating when you get out there and you haven't seen it much. The lights are extremely bright out there. It's a nice-sized stadium. They have great amenities there. It'll be a fantastic atmosphere to play in out there. And sometimes that overwhelms kids, and they're not quite ready for the bright lights of that field, and that can affect you. And the Lions definitely don't want to do that against MOC Floyd Valley. They've, their record is now, they now have a losing record in the district there, MOC Floyd Valley. But I think if you look at their scores throughout the season, they lost to Sioux Center by a touchdown. They lost to Sheldon by less than a touchdown. They lost to Boyd and Hall Rock Valley, obviously, tonight, by a pretty good margin. But each one of the games that they've lost has been within a touchdown, I do believe. So they're competitive in every game that they've played.
Yeah, I think this is going to be about as even up as it gets for this Lion football team. This is going to be a matchup of two very similar teams when we take the field next Friday night. We'll look forward to bringing that one to you right here. We, of course, want to thank all of the sponsors that make this coverage possible. It certainly would not be possible without all these fine sponsors that we have. And we ask that you please patronize the sponsors that you see during these broadcasts, at the very least, swing into their place of business and tell them thank you for bringing you Lion Athletics and Central Lyon George Little Rock activities here on the Lion Broadcast Network. That will do it for our coverage here tonight from Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. Once again, our final score, 48-8. Central Lyon George Little Rock rolls over Cherokee. For Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. Good night, everybody.